All right. WrestleMania 5, the Showcase of Immortals, the fifth one that we're on. The main event of it, it's the Mega Powers have exploded. Hulk and Macho Man aren't seeing eye to eye anymore. The year is 1989 on April 2nd at in Atlantic City, New Jersey, at the Trump Plaza. Well, it's called the Trump Plaza. I don't know if he actually. I mean, he probably owns the building, but I don't think it's called the Trump Plaza.
Did
Uh,
they mention Donald Trump at all on this show? Like, did they ever
Dude, yeah,
mention him?
yeah, he got a little promo, and
A
Ted
little bit,
DiBiase,
yeah.
when he was showing him off his $1 million belt he has. Um, but yeah, I mean, literally, we open up the show to this lightning and thunderstorm intro, and you hear in the background it's Vince McMahon and his raspy voice. The Mega Powers have exploded at WrestleMania
This was
5.
some heavy ass saxophone, man.
Yeah. We also get it's later on in the match, but I forgot who says it, but they say, I think it's Hulk Hogan. He's like, "They had earthquake testers out here because you have
Oh yeah,
me and Macho
I forget
Man."
what he calls them. He like directly he says the actual like official name for them.
Yeah, something magnitude shit. Testers come up here because we have the Mega Powers have exploded. You know what? I'm glad the Mega Powers have split up. I'm gonna be the first one to
Yeah,
say it.
it was kind of cool seeing Hill Savage again, man. That guy's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I wish Hill Savage on pay-per-views would have been. We would have got more of it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Champion Savage would have been fucking cool to have too, but really cool to see Savage defend the belt finally, huh?
Yeah, first time in a year.
Well, he's been defending it on like Saturday Night Main Event and Superstars and shit. Stuff that we're not watching. We're watching the pay-per-views, and those are for Hulk Hogan. So that's why he's been tagged with Hogan.
They just don't know how to book like you and I do.
I guess not, man. I guess not. You'd think this shit would be common sense.
But we started out. We have someone singing "America the Beautiful."
Who is this? A celebrity? Because usually we have some famous celebrity starting the show to sing the national anthem or America the Beautiful.
Yeah, we have Rockin' Robin.
Oh yeah,
WWF's
you
own
mean
Rockin' Robin.
you mean the current women's champion, Rockin' Robin?
And boy, did she sing "America the Beautiful."
Did she? She definitely spoke America the Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't
Her
know how
heart
this
was
is.
not into this, dude.
I don't know how this is not talked about top three worst performances of all time. It is awful. It should be talked more of. I will make sure whenever I tell people about America the Beautiful that Rockin' Robin sung the worst I've ever heard.
I don't think she wanted to.
She did not put any emphasis in any of the words, and she literally spoke it.
America,
Yeah.
America.
You know how whenever you have people, they drag out the words and they hit the high notes?
Not her.
Yeah, not her. She just said the word. She was literally reading it off a script.
She was speed running this shit.
It was awful.
I love that Ventura goes, well, I hope she didn't. I hope she keeps her day job. Like, I also hope that she kept her day job because she doesn't get to fucking wrestle ever. So,
Yeah, and someone will bring it up later, and we'll get to that later once
oh
we
yeah, oh yeah. This isn't the only presence of the women's division on this show.
yeah.
It's
I wonder if they were trying
it's
to
the only presence that happens in the ring.
are they saving money, or was Rockin' Robin like, guys, listen, I can sing, I promise. Like, just believe me on this one. Like, I got
I
this.
bet it was, hey, we're not gonna pay a fuck ton of money for a celebrity to come in this year, but we'll pay you this much more than you're going to get paid for not singing the national anthem. Probably something like that, you know?
Yeah, they should have at least told her to try though, because it was awful. It was
I
not
felt
fair.
bad for her, bro. I not once did I have any shred of animosity to her for her quality of singing. She's not a singer. She's a fucking wrestler.
Yeah. and then
Well,
we
I fucking guess. I guess she is. I'm led to believe she is. I've only seen her do it the one or two times.
yeah, I mean that's literally our champion.
Yeah, it's the women's champion, dude.
But we, luckily enough for us, we get to have Jesse and Gorilla back yet again. Hopefully they keep on for a little bit longer. You know, just
Yeah, again, their banter was just as good as it's ever been.
it's
They
phenomenal.
were awesome with their show, bro. I love listening to these two. I could just listen to these two without watching the wrestling if I had to. Just listen to them go back and forth. It's so good.
Should we blind review WrestleMania
What do you mean?
where we wear blindfolds and we just listen to it and we just make sure we pay attention to Jesse and Gorilla?
Yeah, when we get to WrestleMania 32, we'll do that.
Okay.
There's
Uh,
some kind of rough attitude era WrestleManias though, so maybe we can do it for one of those.
the first match of the night, we have King Haku, who has been king for what, 3 years now, uh,
He's been king for a minute.
with Bobby Heenan versus Hercules. Now let me paint a picture. Let me try to paint a picture.
Okay.
When they show Haku coming to the ring, those poor people
hmm
did not carry him down those stairs, right? He got
I,
on after the
I would hope
stairs.
he got on at the like they were at the base of the steps or something, and then pulled him out. I would hope because that is I can't believe no one died that
Yeah.
they did that going down the steps.
Could it,
But I
and
mean, he lived last time when like Harley Race chucked him off of the top of it. So
yeah, he had that bad fall. It was awful. But literally, I feel bad for those guys. Like Haku, he's not like a big guy, but he's still a pretty buff dude. You know what I
he's
mean? Like,
still a person. Like,
yeah.
it's still a WWF wrestler on top
Mhm.
of a platform that you're holding with three other skinny fucks.
I saw this video of from Raw the other day. Someone was talking about CM Punk throwing the security people out of the ring, and it was like CM Punk just threw out 3 former champions because you know that's how they work your way up. You're a security person like LA Knight, and now
Oh
you're
yeah.
the U.S. champion. I was thinking like 2 future WWF champions are carrying King Haku out on his throne, and that's how they're gonna tell their story. Yeah, I once carried King Haku downstairs to the ring.
Well, I do mention. I think I did mention last week or the week before, whenever we last saw. It wasn't last week. Whenever we last saw Aku, that eventually the Hardys are going to be carrying one of the kings.
See, there we go. Not both,
Yeah.
just they got to be popping up soon,
I,
right? Maybe like
I
92, 94.
I'm not sure if both of the Hardys do, but I mean, like, oh well, yeah, they both kind of get in around the same time because we'll get there. But like, Jeff lied about his age to be able to like get his ass kicked by Scott Hall on TV or something.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
they pretty much break in at the same time.
But yeah, King Haku, he'll be facing off against Hercules. No, this is not a winner is the new king match.
No, I feel like that's not going to really be much of a thing. I feel like that was just a one or two time gimmick to get the king established.
Yeah,
Because
from Harley
eventually we're going to
Race.
start having King of the Ring tournaments.
Yeah, and I was hoping that they should have made Harley Race a special guest referee for this.
Well,
I think they would have
he
fitted
lost
perfectly.
his kingship.
Yeah, and then he tried to get it back and he lost it, or he lost again. Hercules, full circle.
Kane,
I love
Kane's still
Hercules.
massive. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
He's awesome, dude.
we went from hating on him. I mean, we could probably go back and I called him a loser or something bad. But now I love him. Literally perfect guy. But yeah, what'd you think about this match?
Well, like we were just talking about, I do like Hercules now. It's cool to see him.
Smart.
Donald Trump's in the front row. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. And I love that Jesse Ventura. he, he goes, yeah, I got him those seats.
I
Let's
I
see.
would do
I put that the
anything
match
for
was
us to
okay.
be able to talk to Jesse Ventura right now. I will
Maybe
do
we pay for
anything.
like a I don't know, pay for a cameo or something.
We might have to. I mean,
The match goes like pretty good back and forth, and not at one point in this match, like every match except one or two last week, did anything felt like it dragged. But I do love that this trope is back. Hercules goes up top and he jumps, but he gets kicked. But then Haku goes up top, and guess what? He misses. And after last week, having watched Chi-Town Rumble, how did you feel about the move that Hercules does to get the the finish here? How do you feel about this?
yeah, I mean, we're just not escaping it. In the year 1989, we're going to see constant finishes where both men's shoulders are down, and then the referee just gets to pick who he wants to win the match. Literally how this one ends. Some of the things I had, Hercules was literally beating the crap out of Haku at the beginning of the
Yeah, he
match.
just beat the shit out of him. Yeah,
Also, he has to get smaller chains. You know, right when he first came in there, he was just swinging it around everywhere.
swinging the chain.
There's this one moment during the match where the ref like pulled Haku away from the ropes because he was like choking out Hercules, and then Haku like makes the ref flinch, and I'm like, that has to be a disqualification or something. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what we've done to deserve this. I don't know if WWF watched Chi-Town Rumble and we're like, hey,
Somebody did.
that's a good ending, you know. Let's not
We
let
will just do it once though.
yeah, let's do the suspense. Like yeah, we'll do this once and we'll see how they react to it, and we'll get our little pop for the baby face to win, and the heel loses with both their shoulders are down, and we'll just see where it goes from there. But I mean, it's kind of lame, but it's whatever at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, if we hadn't watched Chi-Town Rumble, we probably wouldn't have been as like affected by this. We probably wouldn't have even brought it up. We'd just been like, he hits that move and his shoulders are down, but Hercules's weren't.
But
We'd have
yeah,
just kept moving.
I didn't really think this first match was bad. I mean, it was fast paced.
No,
I
dude,
don't
this was
think it was
fine.
that long. What was it? Probably like 5 minutes or something. And
Uh,
I
Let me
mean, it
look.
got to end quick. So I mean, I didn't
Yeah,
mind
it's
it
like
all.
6:57. Yeah, all these
67.
matches, like all the matches here, really nothing ever like dragged too much for me. And the one match I thought was going to didn't. Like I actually kind of enjoyed the most of this show. There's a few that parts of it where I was kind of yeah, let's go. But for the most part, I think every match kind of delivered for me.
Okay, that's interesting. We'll have difference of opinions here later.
I always love when we do, man.
Yeah, I think it makes the show better.
Although let me point out real quick though that I mentioned to you before we started this. I've been really busy, so I had to watch this in like three separate sittings. So I don't really remember some of the earlier stuff as much as the stuff that's later on in the show. I'm really heavily relying on my notes, and I'm looking at this, and I don't immediately remember anything that was necessarily bad. I'm honestly mostly seeing things I remember liking. So
Oh, you're good. I'll make sure to fill in the blank spaces for you.
yeah. All
um,
right, please do.
but after the match, we have Mean Gene who's interviewing the Rockers. Basically, they're talking about their match coming up with the Twin Towers. Did you like how we got a interview before every match that went into the next match? I feel like most of the time WWF, what they do is they do like they don't do interviews for the first couple matches. They do like interviews or promos for like the later on matches. But literally here, I feel like every match we got was, hey, this guy's fighting next. He's gonna come cut a promo, and then they're gonna go in the ring.
Yeah, there was definitely something between every match. Like we never really stood at a static shot of watching one guy walk to the back while we pan over the crowd and the next music start. We never really saw that. Like we were always cutting to and from something whenever it came to a match.
hmm Which honestly, I kind of liked. I didn't think it was too bad. Um,
Yeah, it felt like it was constantly flowing. Like if I had had the time to sit down and watch this in one sitting, I don't think it would have felt like it drug that bad. Like I feel like I could have easily got through this 3 hours and 40 minutes almost pretty easily.
mhm. Uh, so which leads into our next match. We have the Rockers versus the Twin Towers with Slick. And this is the type of matches that I like. This is a good WrestleMania match where you have two up and coming like smaller dudes versus literal two giant big huge men. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah.
you get the appeal of, oh, they can squash them, or you'd be like, oh, oh, they have some offense. The little guys, uh, they're
Yeah,
making a
you get the
comeback,
ride
and
of like, is he gonna knock him down, and is the small guy, the underdog, gonna fight from underneath and maybe catch the big man slipping or some shit like that,
Mhm.
or is he just gonna get fucking eaten alive?
Yeah.
It's always a pretty good story when it's told correctly, and like I felt like for the most part this match did that. Like I do think this is probably the best the Twin Towers have ever looked as a team. Not that that's saying much because the bar's been set pretty fucking low
Hmm.
as far as them as a tag team.
Yeah.
But I quite enjoyed the Rockers here.
So some things that I pointed out in this match. So two out of the three tag team matches, we had three. I'm trying to remember. That's no, yeah, no, we had four, right?
Yeah,
One, two,
we
three,
had
four.
Towers, Bushwhackers, Demolition,
Brain busters. Yep.
Brainbusters, and Heart Foundation. We had
Heart.
5 tag matches, dude.
So basically, like every tag team match, I think besides one, starts out with the team coming in second, just trying to beat the shit out of the team that's already there. Literally how every match basically starts out. Uh,
Yeah, there's a lot of hot starts on this show.
yeah,
Nobody wanted to wait for a bell to ring. Like everybody knew that they only had 5 or 6 minutes to do their shit.
yeah, because I mean, it literally starts with the Twin Towers chasing the Rockers around the ring, and then they finally get back in the ring, and the Rockers, they like both kick both the Twin Towers off the apron onto the ground, and then finally we get the match starting with Shawn and Big Boss Man. I
They
got
lock up, and I thought that was really weird. But
yeah,
it was just to get to it was just to where they could do the little like drop kick out the corner. So I guess I'll go with it. But I don't know.
that drop kick out of the corner was fucking awesome, but it was
Yeah,
bad on.
Michaels is yeah yeah for sure.
He missed though.
But
He missed.
Michaels is he's you can tell that Michaels like already very agile, very athletic. Like I didn't like his promo that much, just especially knowing that like the performer Shawn Michaels is going to become.
Hmm.
But you can definitely tell that they've got somebody here. Like they've got a talent here.
Does he go to WCW at all?
I think he's pretty much a lifer at this point. Like I don't. I mean, other than his hiatus when he hurts his back and he's injured for 4 years. But I'm pretty sure Shawn Michaels is a WWE lifer.
That's good. That's good. Um, Akeem, man, we have to talk about Akeem for a second. This
Yeah, I love
man
he does his
was
little
a
dance thing even while he's getting his arm twisted like 70 fucking times. He's still like doing the little wrist thing, trying to keep the dance going.
this man was a monster. He was the one man gang who was gonna come in the ring and kick your ass. And they made this man turn into Akeem the African Dream,
Yeah.
where he's doing dance moves with his hands and he's just here to entertain people. He don't care about wrestling anymore.
That's not true. He wanted to hurt Hulkamania or whatever, but he failed at that. So now he's just back to dancing and hanging out with his cop friend.
Yeah, there's that moment where he starts dancing in the ring, and then Shawn Michaels is trying to do like the moonwalk or something, or whatever that Michael Jackson
Yeah,
thing is.
I did note that Michaels did a moonwalk.
Yeah. Uh, the Rockers though, great double team, fantastic double
Yes,
team
dude. They're
series.
I think there's like one or two other teams that I think had more I don't want to say flashy or better double team offense, but I definitely fucking loved the chemistry of and just the approach of the Brainbusters. But we'll get there later. But this was a great night for tag wrestling, if I'm being honest, except for like maybe one or two exceptions.
Um,
Sorry, keep going.
but yeah, so how the match ends basically. Well, before I get there,
When Big Boss Man goes up top
misses
and he
Shawn Michaels.
misses, yeah, yeah.
So what they do is the Rockers, they both get on corners of the ring. Both go for a drop kick. Double top rope on Big Boss Man from the Rockers. Shawn Michaels miss. Shawn Michaels then goes up and Big Boss Man slams him on the mat. Tags Akeem in, and Akeem does his finisher, which leads to the Towers win via pinfall. Bad for Shawn. 0-1 at WrestleManias, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he was at 4, unless you remember something about 4 he was in. But yeah.
Oh, the fact he hasn't won at WrestleMania yet is what you're.
Yeah, Mr. WrestleMania 0-1 at
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
yeah. He'll surprisingly have a pretty bad WrestleMania record, believe it or not. I Shawn Michaels got caught into this wonderful little spinning power bomb by the Boss Man, and then after that cool ass power bomb, Hakeem just comes in and does an awkward splash.
Poor Shawn Michaels.
But I didn't think this was a bad match. Like the Twin Towers are fucking awkward at times. It's more so. I don't know what it is really. It's like they just don't gel like a team like I think they should. Like the only thing that's making them work is that they're both big. Even then, this was still the best that they've looked as a team. I just hate Hakeem's gimmick. I just hate Hakeem's gimmick so much, dude.
Yeah, it's awful. Do you know if he ever goes back to One Man Gang?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I have no idea.
Well, let's hope and pray.
Let's do that for sure.
So yeah, the Twin Towers win by pinfall. Next in the we go back to the locker room.
This is a familiar face for you?
I don't know. Tony Schiavone? Who is he?
Tony Schiavone. This
Schiavone.
guy was he was one of the hosts at the Starrcade we watched. He very briefly worked for WWE or WWF. He'll be back to WCW eventually, and that's just kind of where he stays until they close. Tony Schiavone, I think I mentioned this. He is the WCW what Jim Ross is going to become the WWF. So crazy he's here in WWF for this little bit of time.
Oh, so he was at Starrcade 6, right? Starrcade
yeah,
True
he was.
Grit.
Yeah, him and he was in the little hosting team with Magnum TA. Like they did the host duties, and then Bob Caudle and JR were on the commentary.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Anyway, we have a new championship in existence, and I don't know if it's officially recognized, but it exists.
Yeah, it shows up in every WWE game.
Yeah, but of course it does.
Yeah. Tony, he's interviewing Ted DiBiase, where he's doing his classic "I'm rich, you're not" gimmick, and he has his $1 million belt with him, and my guy Virgil, who never gets to wrestle in the ring, unfortunately. He's ripped as Hulk Hogan and probably as agile as Macho Man, but we'll never see it. I can't wait for him to go to WCW now he's Vince. Or he'll be Vince there, right?
He's not gonna do really anything different except get his ass kicked more. But he kind of gets his ass kicked a lot, really.
Yeah, I mean he's a really good fall guy.
For sure.
Ted's like I can outrun him, so.
And he's also big, so it doesn't when someone beats his ass, it's not like they just beat somebody's fucking goon. Like Virgil's pretty fucking big.
Mm-hmm. Scary almost. But yeah, so our next match, we have Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and that groan is because Brutus kind of gets on my nerves.
He gets on mine, but this is
versus
anyway.
Ted DiBiase with Virgil, of course. So we come out. Ted DiBiase comes out first. He's talking to Donald Trump, saying, "Hey, look, here's my $1 million title."
Donald Trump's there. It's crazy.
Yeah, front row.
I didn't know that.
Jesse got him tickets. Yeah.
Front row, crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jesse got him tickets. Right.
Yeah. And then we have Brutus coming out. And in Brutus fashion, he's gonna come out with his bag, and he's gonna pull out a shears. or hedge
Yeah, Jake Roberts' bag
troopers.
has a snake in it, and that's way cooler. Like, why didn't he just carry the fucking Clippers?
And why do they have
Like,
to be
why do we need
shears?
the
Yeah.
why do we need the like the bag of props when like he has one prop?
Yeah, I don't
Anyway,
know.
me
And
being hateful. But hey, hear me out. I'm gonna change that in a second.
yeah, I mean he unveils it as a USA themed hedge clippers. They are USA flagged all over them, and he can't wait to use them because every time he wins, he's gonna cut off the hair of people.
That's just what he does. He ruined Outlaw Ron Bass's look.
Where the fuck is Ron Bass? Should have main evented with Bad News Brown and the Mega
He's in
Powers.
hiding because he's so ugly now.
Fatal four way. What if he comes back as Rey Mysterio?
Winner, winner gets their hair back.
Yeah. Oh God, Hulk definitely needs to win that, bro. Needs to do whatever it takes. Um, what do you what were your thoughts on this match?
Dude, I thought this match was good. And I
Okay.
thought Brutus Beefcake was pretty good in this match. And sometimes, I can, I know even a broken clock, all that bullshit. But like, I've been pretty hard on Brutus Beefcake lately. I'm still not entirely sold on him. I hate the barber thing. I hate the clippers. But when it came down to working in this match, this dude was fucking solid. This was really good. And maybe it worked with the fact that he was, in there with DiBiase, who's fucking great. But I don't know, man. I thought this was a pretty cool match. Like the spot where you know, he's pressing DiBiase like up against the ropes or something like that, and then Virgil reaches in under DiBiase's leg to pull Brutus's leg, so that right when the ref couldn't see it. Fucking good stuff, man.
So are you
There's
saying
some
that his
really.
in-ring presence has improved over the years that we've watched him?
I'm saying that if if he's been this good the whole time, he did a fucking terrible job of showing it. Because if you remember our first episode, I thought Brutus Beefcake was really good. I thought that match it was him and Valentine
Greg the
against like
Hammer,
what
yeah.
Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, right?
Yep. Hmm.
And I thought that match was really good. And then since then, I've been so anti Brutus Beefcake. But this match really kind of changed that for me. I really liked him in this match. I'm not gonna say I like him just yet, but I'm gonna say he did pretty well here, and I was a big fan of the work. Um, I think one of the things that really I enjoyed the most about this match was more of listening to Ventura and Gorilla. At one point, Ventura points out Donald Trump. He brought 5 or 6 of the richest dudes with him. It was hilarious that he just says that kind of shit. I just miss that when he's gone, there's not gonna be some like shithead heel announcer that just name drops everybody like he hangs out with them. I'm gonna miss that so much. Um, they start talking about like making mistakes as a pro and all that, and then and Gorilla goes, "Well, that was a cardinal mistake for a pro." And then Ventura just goes, "Yeah, he made me look bad as a color guy, didn't he?" And he's so humble right there because Gorilla will never admit when he's wrong. It's always like, "Oh yeah, well, fuck the bad guy. The good guy, I make an excuse for him." And he gaslights every babyface into like being okay with cheating. Um, let's see what else do I have here. Also, I think this is probably the most we've got to see Ted DiBiase actually like go. Sort of maybe 1 or 2 matches in the tournament where he was, for the title back at Mania 4.
Yeah.
But every time this dude gets to just wrestle a match, it's awesome. DiBiase's so good, and like now, in 2024, people praise the guy, but I feel like he's still criminally underrated for how good he actually was. Uh, let's see.
Speaking about criminally underrated, his son, Prison.
Oh no, shit. But dude, you know what happens, man? They fall out of the ring and they just get so worked up and they start punching each other. They get so angry, and the ref's shouting at him. He's telling him, get back in here. He starts counting, and then when you know it, man, they both get counted out. They couldn't hear the ref counting, and they got two too enthralled in what they were doing and couldn't pay attention. Who would have thought that this could happen?
The lights are too bright at Mania. Let's be
I
honest.
fucking guess, dude. I fucking guess. But I mean, stupid finish aside, this match was really good.
Hmm. Yeah, I honestly didn't think it was too bad. Towards the beginning of the match, Brutus was beating up on Ted, and every time he was on his knees, he kept asking for a timeout or
Yeah, yeah.
forgiveness
Please,
or
no, please,
please
please.
just give me a minute. Um, we got to see a double clothesline where they just hit each other and they both fell in the match. I thought it was pretty fun. Uh, we got to see the $1 million dream hold. We
Yeah, we
also
haven't seen that yet to this
and he
point,
did it in
have
this
we?
match. No, I don't think so. I think it's the first time they pointed
Would have
him
been
out.
cool if it won, but Brutus Beefcake's Hulk Hogan's friend, so he's not gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at all. Yeah, no pinfalls for him, buddy. Uh, so basically, what happens what leads up to that double DQ though is there's a sleeper hold on Ted, and Virgil jumps up on the ring and distracts him. So
Hmm.
Virgil, so Brutus goes out on the side, and Virgil starts beating him up because he is distracted by the ref. Well, Virgil starts getting his ass kicked, so Ted goes out in the ring to
Yeah.
confront Brutus. Um, and then yeah, they just both get counted out. Kind of lame ending. What's
At
funny?
least the segment wasn't over though.
Yeah, cause after Brutus puts Virgil in a sleeper, and then he motions for the Clippers.
To cut what?
Yeah, Virgil's the baldest man alive, and
So he was
then
actually gonna just cut this dude's head off? Like he was actually just gonna like
yeah,
mutilate this dude with clippers? This
yeah,
isn't a fucking baby face. This dude's a murderer.
yeah, we gotta get rid of him.
This dude's a psycho.
But so
And
yeah,
we give him
and
hedge clippers every week, bro. Every fucking week.
the fact that he goes fast with them really just creeps me the fuck out. You,
It's so uncomfortable. It makes me cringe.
it's not supposed to run with scissors, but dude has
Yeah.
hedge trimmers, and it's just crazy. But yeah, eventually Ted and Virgil escape and they run away, and Brutus gets his. Oh, I just beat them. Uh, okay, so
Anyway, I thought that was a good match, man. It's so weird that I'm like a big fan of a Brutus Beefcake match, but I'm also a huge fan of Ted DiBiase matches, and they kind of worked out together right here. I thought this was a really good pairing, honestly. Might have something to do with it as well. Like the chemistry between these two was really good.
yeah, I think anything Ted does is just gonna elevate my liking
Also
of
that,
anything. Yeah,
also that,
I don't think there's
that
anything.
one Survivor Series where he showed like how much he'll just abuse all of his money. It just sold me on him for
It
life.
got me hooked, and that
I've
was
been
the
his
first time we saw
yeah.
him, right?
Yeah. And the thing is I knew when that segment was over that we were never gonna have anything that good again.
No, I don't think we will. And the
No, because he has to wrestle, and that's not as entertaining as
yeah,
watching him, fucking abuse poor people.
yeah, not as fun. But yeah, so after the match, we kick it to Alfred Hayes, who's back. What do you think about
That is
Alfred
pretty
Hayes
great.
being back? Yeah, he's not creepy. He's not trying to flirt with
No,
every girl there. Um,
no, he's rather wholesome.
yeah, he's back and he's interviewing
And
people at the brunch, and
he drew the shit straw because he has to go interview the fucking bushwhackers who are eating.
yeah, and if you couldn't understand the bushwhackers in
Fine.
general, try to understand them while they're eating, which I actually kind of like that. That makes it more
Yeah, I thought
realistic.
this was
Like,
very. Yes, I could 100% buy that the bushwhackers are in that plaza eating the fuck out of brunch,
yep,
talking with their mouths open. I can
hmm
100% buy this.
exactly,
This was
yep,
on brand.
and you can't understand them, and with the food in their mouth, it makes it even more like,
Yeah,
okay, I get it now, so we're good.
yeah.
Uh,
This was very well crafted. I thought this was a cute little segment. I think it honestly adds a little bit to their match.
Alfred Hayes can't keep character though.
No.
Literally starts laughing towards the end of it. Um, it was so bad, so bad. But our next match, don't blink or you'll miss it. We have the Bushwhackers versus the Fabulous Rougeau brothers with Jimmy Hart.
Who are now from Tennessee.
Yeah, they reside in Memphis, right?
I think so, yeah, or Music
Yeah.
City. I don't remember. Something like that. They finally have made it though. They've made it to America. They're not soon to relocate.
Yeah. And guess what, Cameron? The match started out before the bell rang, and the
Yeah,
Bushwhackers just start beating up on the Rougeaus. Um,
it's it's kind of funny though. It's kind of a cute little spot. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, what they were doing is the Bushwhackers. They started off by like basically just throwing the Rougeaus in the middle of the ring, just around literally, and it was just trying to get the crowd hype. Um, dude, the Bushwhackers are loved by everybody in that ring. I don't think,
They were great, dude. They were awesome.
yeah, I don't think there was a single
They
person
were
that hated them.
entertaining.
Hmm.
I just love that no matter how far they walk, their arms do the thing,
Yep.
and no matter what they're doing, their facial expression is I'm squinting my face together, and like I'm grinding my teeth. He always stays in character. Like he is. It's so good, and I don't know, man. They're just funny to me. I love their offense where he like puts his brother or whatever the fuck cousin fellow bushwhacker in a headlock, and he like points at him, and they
The
fucking run over
battering
and
ram.
yeah.
The Bushwhacker battering ram. So,
Some more great banter here is that's Butch. No, that's Luke. Luke don't got no teeth.
oh my god. But yeah, I mean, this match is quick, right? There's no way it
Yeah, it's
was
like
5 minutes.
five.
It is
It
5.
was it was 5:23.
Wow. Okay. Um. So yeah. So the Bushwhackers, they do a battering ram on one of uh, the Rougeau brothers, and then the other brother tries to save him, but he ends up hitting him with a knee.
Whoops.
Yeah. And then the Rougeaus, they did like basically a double team move where the ref couldn't see them. And then they basically just do like I don't know, it dragged. It's more funny. It's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
The
This was the
Bushwhackers are in
lighthearted.
control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sorry, go
then
ahead. I mean to
yeah,
cut you off.
so finally the refs they do the ref gets his bearings back and he's like, "Hey, both of you can't be in the ring, blah 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 blah." And then the Bushwhackers, so they do another battering ram, and then they do dude, this move was fucking insane. Uh, there was their double team move. It was like a gut buster, right? Double gut buster or something.
I'm trying to remember what it was, like what they did.
I think it was a gut buster. And yeah,
'Cause
the
I
Rougeaus.
just put that they did a double team move. Hold on, let me.
Oh, okay, but they the Rougeaus they won by pinfall. There's a lot that we see in the 80s that we don't see at all really right now. But the right whenever the ref is going for a 3 count, that's whenever they're trying to break it up. I don't really know how to word it, but like you don't really see that nowadays as much. But we see more back
We see a
then.
lot of it. Like I feel like everybody jumps in right at the end of 3. Like it happens later in this show too,
Yeah, it happens all the time in these matches in the
especially in
80s.
tag matches. Yeah,
Yeah. Literally,
I mean it
yeah.
has to be in tag matches because
So, what'd you think? I don't think it was a good match, but I think it was entertaining for kids in my brain.
more or less the same. Like I don't think it was a bad match by any stretch, but it definitely was the weakest of the ones so far. But of fucking course it was, because if if the Bushwhackers were putting on the same types of matches as the Rockers or the Fabulous Rougeaus, then they wouldn't be the Bushwhackers. I don't want to see them wrestle well. I want to see them do exactly what they do. And I can't believe they won. Like they they beat the fucking Fabulous Rougeaus. That's
At
pretty cool.
WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania, the gimmick is silly and it's entertaining, and this is what its spot was. It was to have the match to be like, oh, ha 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 ha, because you're about to get some really fucking good wrestling in a few minutes, even if it is just for like 5.5. But and you want to, it's like the palate cleanser match. It's all right. You had the serious shit. Here's some fun to bring, to bring the tension and all that shit down so we can, it's got to be that roller coaster feel. So you got stuff like Mr. Perfect and Blue Blazer coming up. That's going to be a, really technically sound match. And then Demolition and Powers of Pain are going to beat the fuck out of each other. So it's good to have this match here to bring the seriousness down and make it a little more chill in the atmosphere.
Yeah, and they could be like, hey, remember 2 matches ago when the Bushwhackers were here?
Yeah,
Wasn't that so funny?
and this will be the match the kids remember, like you said.
Yeah. Yep.
And the kids are gonna be walking out doing that, the fucking like arm shit, that more so than probably like I don't know, cupping their ears and posing like Hogan.
Dude, I was doing that and I was sitting on my couch watching it the other day. I was predicting what Hulk Hogan would do right when he came out of the entrance, and I did it spot on. Just move your mouth and point towards the ring. That's the
Yeah, it's
classic
paint by
Hogan.
number, dude.
Yeah.
It's the same entrance template from the video games.
Yeah, you just copy and paste. Um, After the match, Sean Moody. I actually think Sean Moody pulled the short straw of the night. He is he's basically the crowd work promo
Yeah.
interviewer after the match. So after the match, he's trying to like talk to some dude, and he's like Bushwhacker, Bushwhacker, oh, Bushwhacker, and then the Bushwhackers are coming up the ring, and they like lick Sean Moody, um, and then they just walk away. And I don't know, it looked like he did not like that at all. He was like, "Fuck this! Why am I doing this shit? I should be in the ring." Um, yeah, it was awful. Um,
Like, how come Gene gets to stand in front of the fucking green screen and just hold a mic? I
yeah,
gotta do all this shit.
ain't that the truth,
Because don't they
man?
make this dude like go and interact with fans in the
Yeah.
fucking,
Uh-huh.
as they say, the cheap seats later on?
Yep. I can't wait for that. That is the worst interview segment I've ever seen in my life. Uh, so the next match we have Mr. Perfect. Perfect meaning that his record is spotless. Hasn't lost a match yet.
Well, just in general, he's the perfect athlete. He can do it all.
Versus the Blue Blazer. And I'm gonna go ahead and give out an award right now. Best outfit, Blue Blazer. That cape was goddamn beautiful. Was it not awesome? Oh my god. Do
Oh,
you
I
remember?
loved Blue Blazer very much in this match.
He's okay. So yeah, what'd you think of the match then?
This match was fucking awesome. I love this shit. There's this like beautiful flip when he tries to counter the hip toss and he just baseball slides the shit out of him anyway. It's fucking awesome. Then I don't know. It's Owen Hart, man. Like, so of course he's athletic and of course he's great. Um, I don't know, man. It was just, there's a part where Blazer does this like really cool crucifix, and like, but he's arguing with the ref, of course. So that's when Perfect gets him. But this match is quick,
Hmm.
but it's supposed to be. Uh, there's a course apart in here where Blue Blazer he goes up top, and it doesn't work out for him. It backfires.
Yeah, he tried to splash on the top rope, and yeah, and he gets his
Yep.
Perfect gets his knees up. Yeah, there's
But this was a nice, fun little 5.5 minute match. Some really good shit here. Nothing too crazy, like nothing. There wasn't the drama that you're gonna have in the later on matches, but as far as just if this happened at an indie show, people are gonna be happy with this shit, and they're gonna go to the back, and the guys are gonna be like, "That was good shit, man. That was good. This was a good ass match."
I actually thought it was kind of boring in the middle, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Um, I thought it was very slow in the middle. Maybe around the 3 to 4 minute mark, maybe towards the end. Because every other move was Irish whip in the corner to a slam on the ground. Blazer fix his mask. That happened 4 times in a row. I shit you not. They both did it to each other. Um, but then you also get like Mr. Perfect, who literally knocked the shit out of Blue Blazer with a brutal right hand. Also, I don't know if you heard in the background, there was this weird cackling, like very high pitched laugh that was being picked up on the mics that was just awful. Happened for a
I
good
did
10 to
not
15
notice that.
seconds. Yeah, it was terrible. Um, but yeah, if you're done on the match, we can.
Yeah, that's all I had. It was just a good. I thought it was a good little short match.
Okay. Yeah. Mr.
I
Perfect
think
wins, and
Mr. Perfect is just really good, and Owen Hart is also just really good. So like them two working together to just do shit very like you know just very well. I really enjoyed watching it. It didn't overstay its welcome because
when does he become Owen Hart?
90s probably.
Hmm.
Because I know at WrestleMania 10 he wrestles Brett, so I'm assuming it has to be
What is
out and about before then.
Blue Blazer? What's his real name?
Well, that's Owen Hart.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I thought Mr. Perfect was Owen Hart.
No, what? No,
I thought
Mr.
that's what you
Perfect's Kurt
said.
Hennig, brother. No, no,
Oh.
no, no, no. Blue Blazer is Owen Hart.
Well, now I look awful. Kurt Hennig.
It's okay. You can just edit it.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it in. I want people to know I messed up.
You
Yeah,
wanna,
cause Mr.
you wanna
Perfect's
never live
son
this
is
down.
Curtis Axel. You're right. I'm a
Yeah,
moron, bro. Wait,
it's all right, man. It
yeah.
happens.
Yep,
That's the point of this is we're learning.
Yep. You learn something new every day. Um,
Yeah, every week sometimes.
so after the match, Jesse was hyping it up, saying, "Hey, Gorilla, I have something crazy coming for you. You know, something good's about to happen." And you get an introduction of Jesse Ventura, and Jesse gets
Yeah,
up on the table and he starts waving at everyone. Honestly, there was a lot more cheers than boos.
yeah, dude. Everyone's chanting for Jesse. I get it. I love the guy.
Yeah, I think he's in his hometown, right? Um,
Well, I think is he not from Minnesota?
yeah, he aren't. Yeah. Oh, I
They're in
guess you're
Atlantic
right.
City.
You're right. They're in New Jersey.
You
What
didn't
am I
know that
talking
Donald Trump
about?
was here?
Yeah, I forgot about
This is the
DT,
Trump
man.
Plaza, man.
Yeah.
I
Um,
don't know if you've been told, but Donald Trump is at WrestleMania 5.
Jesse Ventura, by the way, cameo, $110, and I hope he gets a million every day.
Hey, do you
He,
notice in WW in WCW and NWA they cannot stop mentioning every time a sports guy's in the crowd, but here in WWF they just can't stop mentioning that Donald Trump's in the crowd.
yeah, he's there. Trump Plaza. You think
I
Donald
wish
Trump?
Trump had the ski mask from the first from Chi-Town Rumble.
Oh God. Oh God. Imagine if Donald Trump said this thing like, "Hey, you have to mention me at least 6 times per match."
And
Could you imagine that?
I get to promo.
Yeah, and I get the promo. Uh, but yeah, so Jesse gets what he deserves, all the love and praise. And then we kick it over to Alfred Hayes
This is
again.
great.
He's at a race. He's at a 5K.
Is that a 5K, man? For some fucking reason. But
Yeah,
what's the reason?
Mr. Fuji has entered the 5K. Now,
Sure.
what was his reasoning for doing this? He just wants to show that he
Well,
still has got it,
if he
right?
wins this, yeah, if he wins this race, yeah, because he's got to wrestle.
Hmm.
He's tagging with his friends, the Powers of Pain, to wrestle Demolition, and he's got to show you that he still got it, like you said. So if he competes in this race, if he finishes this race, it will show everyone that Powers of Pain will be tag team champions. I don't know how the logic checks out there. But I mean, fuck it, I'll go with it. I watched the pose down. I watched a weightlifting record attempt. I'm down to watch Mr. Fuji run a 5K.
Yep.
This
And
was fucking hilarious.
so yeah, he takes off first, and then all of a
Yeah, it
sudden,
sure does.
after 5 seconds, everybody passes him.
Yep,
And
yeah.
then we get a
Because of
great
course.
camera. We get a great camera cut of him, quote unquote, finishing the race.
Finishing the race in his
And,
top hat and suit.
yeah, no, he's not sweating. Face is
No,
okay.
he's fine, man. He's a machine. He's a cardio machine.
Yeah, and guess what?
He
Demolition.
finished. They're fucked.
Yeah,
because Mr.
they're
Fuji finished the race.
the powers of pain are
I'm
about to
about to
beat him.
shit on Demolition, bro. They have no idea.
Now, Cameron,
This was awesome.
that
Okay,
5K was
what's up?
awesome.
Just that segment. That was hilarious.
Now let's kick it to something that's not awesome.
Yeah, let's do that. I fell asleep here on my first viewing, and then
I
I woke up like midway through Powers of Pain and Demolition. I was like, "Ah, fuck! I guess this is the end for my first sitting."
I was loading the dishwasher during this next part. Because just like the crowd, I could care less. But
You didn't care that Run DMC was gonna do the WrestleMania rap?
yeah, let's take it away from wrestling and let's introduce Run DMC. Literally no one
We
in the
followed
crowd.
with a Run 5K with the Run DMC.
Oh, I didn't put that together. That's smart. Yeah.
I
Great booking. I take it back.
I wanted to run the fuck away from this, whatever this was.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention. They sang for a good 5 minutes.
I couldn't make out anything they were saying.
Yeah. The main guy, he was out there singing for a second, and then his friend showed up a couple minutes later, and they finished
Yeah, I'm
off
not
with a
even gonna
couple
attempt
songs.
to say their names because like I want to say one's name is Run and the other's name is DMC, but I don't know if that's I don't think that's actually the case, and I don't want to be wrong. But if I'm not gonna say that's a fact, I'm just gonna say that's not. That's why I'm not saying it. So that way, if I'm wrong, it's hilarious.
The members were Joseph Simmons, Daryl McDaniels, and Jam Master Jay.
Okay. So I also like to point out that we cut to Mr. Fuji running a 5K so we could set this up in the ring.
Yes. Okay. Which
Nice.
honestly, don't don't everyone know that Run DMC's already there, right? So what's the point of
I have
introducing
no
them?
idea.
I don't know. Who cares? They
Well, I mean,
sang.
yeah, you got to. That's
Yeah.
how it works. But yeah, they ran DMC and
Hell yeah, they did.
yeah, I guess. I fucking guess they did.
uh but yeah, after Run DMC, we have the Demolition promo, Axe and Smash. Okay, so which side are you on?
Of what?
Axe and Smash or you Powers of Pain? Or what kind of guy are you?
I'm gonna be honest. To this point, I've been kind of Demolition, but I haven't really been that high on either. Going into this show, the first time I saw Powers of Pain, I liked Barbarian. I didn't think Warlord was that great, and then I hated all of them in the. I hated both of them at Survivor Series. I don't know if I don't know if I've already mentioned this up to this speech at this point, but if you think back to WrestleMania 2, I don't remember what WrestleMania it was, but it was like one of the WrestleManias, maybe it was a SummerSlam, but Demolition wrestled the Hart Foundation. And that was probably one of my favorite tag matches I think I've ever seen, period. And I've just been kind of sour on them since then. But that kind of changed in this match because like this was another one that I quite enjoyed. And Fuji being a part of this really helped as well. But I lean more Demolition than Powers of Pain.
Yeah, I agree. I think Axe and Smash, they're just better overall. Than I think the Powers of Pain are. The Powers of Pain are too slow for me, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not only do I lean Demolition over Powers of Pain, now having watched two NWA WCW shows, I lean them more than like I lean them over fucking Road Warriors. Like they're awesome. Road
Yeah.
Warriors have had like two tag matches I've seen that I thought were fucking terrible, and then Demolition's doing this kind of shit, and then having matches with the Hart Foundation. So Demolition all the way. The Demolition promo was way better than the Road Warrior promo in my opinion as well.
Yeah. No, I mean I agree. Um. So Mr. Fuji, what did you think about him in this match? So this match we
Him
have
being here definitely added a lot.
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. We have the Powers of Pain with Mr. Fuji versus the Demolition. It's a handicap tag team championship match. Mr. Fuji, not bad. Literally,
Well,
He went
yeah.
fast. He does his ritual with the salt and everything, which does play
Mm-hmm.
a part later on in the match.
No, doesn't it?
I actually think that the crowd could care less. I don't know if Run DMC held them down.
It
Uh,
probably killed the crowd.
yeah,
And
but
run the crowd off.
I did not think that the crowd cared at the beginning of this match at all. What'd you think?
Which is a shame because I quite like this match. I um I don't want to. I hate to just constantly like compare it to the other companies' matches and stuff like that. But that's kind of why we watch the WCW stuff when we do. Um, I thought I already liked this tag match much better than Varsity Club Road Warriors from the last show, and I like Demolition. And during this match I accepted the fact that it wasn't just a phase when they wrestled Heart Foundation. I like Demolition. Remember the Royal Rumble where they were 1 and 2, and instead of doing the "I'll help you, man," let's just let's swear to, they beat the shit out of each other until Andre the Giant came out. That was awesome. And I like the constant storytelling of like they're getting caught because they keep trying to get to Fuji, and it's really cool to see Fuji come in and actually kind of start kicking their asses. But they point out, Fuji's a former wrestler. He's a former tag champion and all that. Like, he knows what he's doing. I also would like to point out that Demolition sold a lot better than Road Warrior Animal specifically. But to be fair, they are selling for the fucking Powers of Pain. But they still sold for the Heart Foundation. So, there comes a part in this match where Fuji, he goes up top. And guess what happens? He
He
misses.
misses.
He misses, yeah. Let's see. And I think that's what leads to like a hot tag, like a fire up moment. So you get the storytelling moment of Fuji being a part of this match is a detriment to Powers of Pain because it's his mistake right here that they're about to capitalize on. And then that's kind of all I have up until we get to the finish. So I'll let you go ahead and say what you got to say.
Yeah, the Fuji top rope botch, not botch, but his miss was kind of funny. Um, I just feel like Demolition's tag team, like double teams especially, it's just better. But when the powers of pain hit you, it's much harder. Like they are hitting
I,
you because we're badass big man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Where the other people,
No, yeah.
they're more
I see what you're
technical.
saying.
Like we're gonna wear and tear you down. While the
Yeah,
powers
they're
of
more
pain.
ground and pound. Yeah, they're
Yep.
more like a little rougher.
Yep. I agree. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I didn't think it was that bad of a match. The Mr. Fuji angle definitely does help out. I mean, we literally have towards the ending, uh, one of the Powers of Pain members is holding. I'm pretty sure it's like, let me see. I think Smash,
A demolition member.
Russian Ass Asian 2, Smash. uh,
Yeah.
and Smash moves out of the way, and he accidentally hits the Power of Pain guy with the salt, and then
Yeah.
Smash hits a clothesline on Fuji, and then uh, he does like his finisher, and yeah, the Demolition wins and retains the titles.
I love that the ref just ignores the giant like cloud of smoke. You know.
Yeah, he does not care at all.
Yeah.
If
It's
that was
almost like he could have watched it happen.
Yeah, if it was
He
Teddy
like
Long, he would have just
he
went
wa-
along with it.
he like waved it away from his face so he could get through to see the pin he was counting.
I
But
honestly,
this is definitely like, every time we get a tag match, there's always some fuckery. There's always like, oh, countouts and double DQs or whatever. But this way, you could get a finish because they didn't have to pin Warlord or Barbarian. Even though like your tag champs should be pinning people, they should be able to beat powers of pain. You know, their demolition, and also I'm pretty sure this is the reign that demolition has. That's like their longest reigning one for years until the New Day take that.
New Day have the
But
longest tag team.
yeah, they beat demolition for it, and I'm pretty sure
Okay.
this is the demolition run. But I liked seeing though that you know when it started the chemistry was a little weird, the matches were a little off, it was kind of awkward. But now like whatever it is that these two teams can their optimal chemistry, I guess they've more or less found it because I thought this match was their best one so far. To where I'd like to see them wrestle again without Fuji there, just to see like a definitive end to it. But I honestly really enjoyed this from Fuji doing the 5K all the way to the end here. I really like this.
Yeah, it painted the picture better. He was like, "I'm gonna
Yeah,
do this so we can kick their ass," and you come up short sometimes, and you gotta learn like, not everything's sunshine and rainbows. You're not gonna be handed everything so easily. You gotta work your ass off, and you come up short sometimes. So.
yeah. But sometimes you gotta get a car ride to the end of a 5K race to prove a point.
Imagine they showed that and they like didn't they forgot to like take it out. It was literally getting out of like a Rolls Royce.
Well, Gorilla more or less like implied that, but then Ventura just shuts him down. He's like, "Oh, he was training while you were shooting dice." I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to mean, but well, I guess because they're in Trump Plaza and they're gambling, I guess. So okay, all right, that's it. That's what that means. Let's keep moving. Anyway, Tony Schiavone, he's doing something again.
Yeah, Tony Schiavone, he is so basically what he's doing now is he is sorry, let me go down to it. So he is in the back. He is trying to get an interview with Macho Man. I think Gorilla paints the
he's
picture of.
he's trying.
Yeah, he's like we've been trying to get people to interview Macho Man all day, but he's just not having it. And then you hear like Macho Man just going crazy, like
Yeah,
breaking shit
get
in
the
his
fuck
room.
out of here! He was not having this shit at all. Not
Mm-mm.
on WrestleMania day, man.
Hell no.
Maybe Wrestling Classic where I got to change gears 7 fucking times and have an interview between each of them, but not WrestleMania.
And so he finally gets with him, and he's basically saying like, he's like, get away from me, don't be around me, he shoves him away, or he shoves the camera guy away, and then basically that's it, it's like, oh, what's gotten into Macho Man, like, why is he doing this to us, blah blah blah. um but yeah, honestly, heel Macho Man, love him. I mean, it is
Yeah,
way better
yeah,
than face
I,
Macho
I
Man.
missed him. It really is, dude. I loved having him as a baby face, but heel Macho Man is superior Macho Man.
Way better. I would say 20 times better than face Macho Man. And also, did you? Oh,
Mm,
I guess we save it for later. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna save later, but I'm gonna come back to this part and let you know what I saw. Okay,
all right.
so before the next match, we actually get they announce another surprise. Jimmy Snuka is here.
Yeah, randomly.
Yeah, and no, that's not Snooky from Jersey Shore's dad. Uh,
No,
why?
it's
Why was he there? Just cause?
yeah, I guess so, man. I fucking guess. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, at all. Yeah, I don't know why he was there or what his point was for showing up. I thought he maybe he's gonna join commentary. I guess not. Um,
No. Hey, brother.
is that how
Dino
he
Bravo
talks?
versus Roddy Garvin, brother. I don't know. I just thought I know they always do that. Hey, every time someone impersonates Jimmy Snuka, they just go, "Hey, brother." I
Okay,
don't know how he actually talks. I don't. I've never really heard him speak that often. I just know the "Hey, brother."
you might be right then. But yeah, our next
Maybe.
match we have Dino Bravo with Frenchie Martin, the world's strongest man, as we know Dino Bravo to be, versus Ronnie Garvin. Um, No, I have to point something out.
Okay.
Okay. How can I say this? Dino Bravo faces the same type of guy in every match he's in.
Every time, dude. He just does
They
nothing but like enhancement shit.
they literally got a smaller Don Morocco to fight.
Did they ever?
Literally, if you were
Nothing
to
against rugged Ronnie Garvin, but
give
eh,
me 80 pounds on Ronnie Garvin and it's Don Morocco 2.0.
yeah, for real. You just dye his hair blonde.
And yeah,
Garvin to me looked like he looked like 2001's Ric Flair's face on 2008 Ric Flair's body.
2008 Ric Flair's body. Um, Jimmy Snuka, real quick, do you know, like, is he like amazing or like how would
I
you?
mean, he was I guess he was all right. He's legend status, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure dude's a proven murderer though. I'm pretty sure dude's
Oh
done
God,
some wild sick shit.
really?
Uh,
Like,
I mean, he's a wrestler from the fucking 70s and 80s, so yeah, perhaps. I mean, I'm pretty sure because I think it was a case of like by the time he was fully like convicted or whatever of it, he was just so old and in terrible shape anyway that they're like, yeah, you go ahead and just go ahead and sit the rest of this one out.
yeah, he was actually convicted and passed away in the same year, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
That's crazy.
But
And
as far as in the ring goes, which is what we look at and talk about, Jimmy Snuka, yeah, one of the fucking legends of the biz, bro. The big superfly splash off the cage, that's a big moment.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Um, but yeah, this match, I'm gonna guess the time again. 2:48.
306.
3:06. Okay, not too bad.
Yeah.
Basically what
It
this
was
is,
2:48 in NWA time though, for sure, I guess.
it's a longer squash match. Dino
Nah,
Bravo
this
never,
shit would have been 12 minutes if it was on NWA.
I mean, and that would have been awful. I could not watch this 12
Garvin,
minute match for that.
oh yeah, it would have been Dino Bravo kicking his ass for 11. Like Garvin never really does much.
Mm-mm.
Like
Yeah,
Bravo
literally.
basically kicks this dude's ass the whole time until eventually he just gets bored and hits his fucking move.
Yeah, literally squash match, but a little bit longer. Dino Bravo does an atomic drop. Then he does his finisher, which is a side slam, and then
Yeah,
he
that's it.
wins by pinfall. Um,
Yeah, sure. Well, Garvin's not done, I guess. He because
yeah,
you got to get in because it's WrestleMania, so you got to get in the Garvin stomp, I guess.
uh, but yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Well, also it's on Frenchie, so get the heel as win, but also get the baby face, the little cheap moment of beating up the chicken shit heel ref. I guess
What is
it's
it?
sure
What
it's sure it served its purpose.
what do they call it? The 360 stomp or around the body stomp? What's it called?
Oh, I don't know. It's the Garvin stomp. That's all they called it was the Garvin stomp.
Oh, okay. I
It's
thought it had a
rugged.
different name. Rugged Garvin. Yeah, boring
Yeah, rugged
match.
Ronnie, bro. I mean,
Worst
it was three
match.
minutes. It was
Yeah.
to make Dino Bravo look good. But the problem with them making Dino Bravo look good is he's beating people like Ronnie Garvin and people that,
I could care less about Dino Bravo fighting.
if
Put Big
if
John
this was
Studd against Dino
2024,
Bravo.
if this was 2024, Ronnie Garvin would be in the fucking Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, probably Dino Bravo as well, but
Yeah. Yeah, he's fallen off bad since those weights. The weight conspiracy.
he had that one segment all about him, and then afterwards, it's just been like him either losing to Jim Duggan or him beating I don't want to say a nobody, but like you get what I'm saying. He's not beating anyone that's like, oh my god, he beat Rick Rude or he pinned the Ultimate Warrior or Jim Duggan. No, he's beating Ronnie Garvin and then like uh who are some Coco Bewares and shit, like people who aren't getting pushes. And this
Where's
is WrestleMania.
Coco Beware? Where
I
is he?
don't
This, yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's been a minute since I feel like it's been Survivor Series since we've seen Coco Beware.
Yeah, when he
He was
was
with on Hogan's team, and then
yeah.
Hogan and Savage just didn't fucking. Oh, he was in the Rumble. He was in the Rumble.
Mhm. I don't think
As
he
I'm gonna
was
get to where I like. I'm gonna
censored.
get to where I really like Survivor Series and Rumbles because we're just gonna see all the random people on the roster that we don't really get to see that much anymore.
I love the Survivor Series. Survivor Series might be one of my favorite events.
I mean, it's cool, but that Survivor Series, the tag match Survivor Series, gotta fucking go, bro.
Bring back the women's. I don't know why we didn't have one.
Hey, maybe next one. Eventually, they're gonna do some weird stuff with that, but we're a few shows from that, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, we have next up, we have the Brain Busters.
I bet you like this segment. I
I
started
did.
out a little weird for you, but then I bet this segment took a sharp turn towards cool for you.
Yeah, dude, I love this. Versus Strike Force, of course. Brain Busters, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard versus Tito Santana and Rick Martel. Rick Martel's here,
Yeah,
everybody.
your new
New favorite
new favorite
wrestler.
wrestler, Rick Martel. Yeah.
I've been telling
How did
you,
you feel about the Brain Busters, dude? I thought they were so awesome.
dude, they
Don't
Arn
let me
Anderson.
influence you.
No, I agree. I think Arn Anderson is really good. I actually made a
Yeah.
joke here. If you were to squint your eyes, you couldn't tell the difference between Tito and Rick Martel, but it's easy to tell the difference between Arn and Tully because Arn has that huge ass bald spot on top of his head. Um,
Also, to me, Arn Anderson looks like just a grown toddler.
yeah, no, I can see, especially his face. No, I understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
But this dude wrestles like a fucking demon.
Arn Anderson, we just saw him on SummerSlam, so in this
Yeah.
year, it's crazy, crazy,
They were
crazy,
in the
crazy.
Rumble, right? These two.
Oh, I was saying SummerSlam like
Oh
2022
yeah, yeah,
SummerSlam.
yeah. Oh yeah, because he had to hype up Cody Rhodes. Who,
Hmm. He's like, you got
yeah,
friends in the locker room too.
yeah, and it was people we already knew were gonna be helping him.
So I think I missed the part that set off Rick Martel.
I did too. Apparently, at some point, him and he and Tito like bumped heads or had a miscommunication, and Tito accidentally ran into him or something like that. But like, is Rick Martel this fragile? Like, or has this happened a lot and he's just finally sick of it? Because every time we've seen Strike Force, they've been kind of killing it. Like they've been doing pretty well as a tag team, other than losing the belts to Demolition forever ago. But
Yeah,
it's
and
Demolition. That's
they've got too much screen time for my liking. Like, and I always complain every episode about them being on. So
I'm pretty sure you're about to enjoy Rick Martel, not just because he turned on Tito Santana, but this dude's about to become like the model, and it's gonna be some good shit.
that's his new name, the model.
Rick, eventually he's gonna become the model. I don't know if he goes straight to this, but Rick Martel, good ass wrestler, dude.
Okay. But what did you think about the match though?
Uh, there were parts of it where it seemed kind of like chaotic and kind of just strange. It seemed like they just came in whenever the fuck they wanted. They weren't really caring too much about the rules. But that being said, anytime brainbusters are doing stuff like that, it's so fluid, but it just looks like it doesn't look coordinated or choreographed, if that makes sense. It just looks like these two have good chemistry when it comes to beating people up and fucking them up. I loved watching the Brainbusters. I want to see the Brainbusters versus the Heart Foundation so bad I cannot stand it. But Strike Force is, I'll take it for now too, because Tito's selling his ass off, dude. And I thought once I realized what this match turned into, where it's just, Tito's getting his little fiery hope spots where you think he's going to get over and make the tag to Martel, but Martel isn't having it. He's leaving.
Yeah,
So then it
it's
just
his face.
becomes
Yeah,
Brainbusters get all their shit in, and it was awesome.
yeah. Their double team move to end this fucking match is insane.
That
Yep.
Spike pile driver, hell
Mhm.
yeah.
But yeah, so basically towards the end of this match, Tito Santana's trying to tag in Rick Martel, but Rick Martel's he's playing into the, he hurt my temple, he's injured, and he basically just walks away from the tagging spot.
He
And
gets
then
so pissed that he walks to it, like straight to the green screen to vent
mhm,
about it, like he's straight to it.
he bad news browned it.
Yeah, more or less.
He was like, I'm sick and tired of this bullshit, and I'm gonna walk away. So Rick Martel just leaves. No sign of
Yeah,
him at all. Uh,
and he leaves Tito Santana to a fucking beating.
yeah, like literally, uh, like I think Arn Anderson hit a spine buster on him.
A
Uh,
beautiful spine buster.
like the best thing I've ever
That's his
seen.
signature thing though. Like that's his move. The spine buster is Arn Anderson's move. No one hits one like Arn Anderson, and goddamn, did I not see why, bro? That shit looks so great.
And then Tito tries to fight in the corner.
He
But
tries, fuck him.
yeah, but yeah, fuck him. The Brain Busters are just way better than them. Uh, and then yeah, basically they just keep doing their double team shit on him, and then the Spike pile driver is so beautiful. Like I'm gonna rewatch it later. It was so fucking awesome. And then Strike Force loses, Brain Busters win.
And very
That's the
unsocial
great.
justice, but
Yeah, is he in the back telling Vince like, "Hey man, like why would he do this to me? Like what's your problem?
he
Why
might
would you
be.
leave
But
me?"
I wonder, like, are we gonna see single matches out of this, or by the time we see, like, by the time we get to SummerSlam, are are they gonna already have resolved this and like Rick Martel's off to a different feud or something?
Yeah, I don't think it's pay-per-view worthy. And if we see it,
It's not in a time period where there's only like 4 a year.
yeah. Like this is a quick
I mean,
main event
it's
at
just fucking
Saturday Night
Tito
Main Event, yeah.
Santana. It's just fucking Tito Santana. That's all it is.
Justice Warrior. We haven't said that in a while. Social Justice Warrior.
No, because he hasn't been social justicing, and I guess this is he should go back to it because he's got something to complain about here.
Yeah. So yeah, like you mentioned earlier, go straight to the green screen. Basically just
I've never
saying
been so pissed that I had to walk straight to the interview room to yell at Mean Gene.
yeah,
I've never been that pissed.
he's
I've
tired.
been pissed.
He's
Sorry, I'm tired, man.
No, you're good. Well, so is Rick Martel. He's tired of carrying
Yeah, he's tired
Tito
of carrying
Santana's
this
shit,
motherfucker, bro.
and he's just ready to do his own thing. Now we get to a very long segment that I'm gonna try
God
to.
damn, I hated
Yeah,
this.
it was
All
so
right.
bad. It was so bad, and I'm gonna try to sum it
And
up as best I can.
and there's like the ending of this is the only thing that's worth shit.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't feel the journey was worth it.
Nope.
But there's one part in this fucking segment that is replayed for years to come, and for years I was like, "Oh man, Piper's Pit, that must be awesome." And then this happened to me, and then I was like, "Where's the fucking? Why is this taking 30 minutes to get to the one part I remember?" It turns out there's only one part of this shit worth remembering. And they milked that for all it's worth and tried their best to make you forget that this shit ever happened at all, I guess. But when you watch every pay-per-view like we are, you have to subject yourself to this type of torture. I fucking hated this. Go ahead, bud. I'm sorry.
No, I totally agree with you. This was awful. Literally when his music hit, when they said that Piper's Pit was back, I was like, I literally wrote Piper's Pit. Holy shit, he's back! Because I literally been telling you like his 2 years. His two
Yeah,
years
he's
are up
coming
now.
back, man. He's coming
Uh,
back. And he's back. And
it,
I
well,
didn't really care for him coming back in this segment. I want to see him wrestle. I don't want him to talk.
me too. Let's take a moment just to be grateful that he's back. Um,
Oh, for sure.
thank God.
He's awesome.
I need
And
a
he's also somebody like when we had Roddy Piper, we didn't have SummerSlams and Survivor Series and Royal Rumbles and main events. We were going WrestleMania to WrestleMania, and I don't really feel like I ever got to truly have the Roddy Piper experience that I wanted to have.
and now we get it. He's 35 here, And
Yeah,
yeah,
but this segment sucks, and I want Piper segments that don't suck. I loved him spraying motherfucker at the end, but like that's it. That was all. That was all the brother love shit was stupid. I'm sorry, bro. I'm getting ahead of you. I'm
you're
sorry.
good. Yeah, so Piper's music hit. Brother Love enters, and I actually wrote it's Brother Love even better. Uh,
Well, you're gonna eat that fucking word in a minute.
and he goes out there and he's talking and he's doing this thing where he's acting like himself and then he gets up off the pedestal and walks over to the next one. Now he's acting like Roddy Piper. Bombing.
Terrible Piper impression.
Yes, you could tell how he was trying to do his voice, but it was just awful. But he was bombing really bad. And then all
Yeah,
of a
this was
sudden,
rough.
Morton Downey Jr. comes out.
I
I
have
think
no idea who this is, by the way.
so. He was a talk show host in the 80s and 90s. He was basically like Fallon type shit, if you get what
Did
I'm
he
saying.
die of lung cancer?
No,
Perhaps at some point.
I'm surprised he didn't fall over there.
Because this dude, I there like way later on in the segment, right? He goes, hey, you got another one of them smokes,
No
and
fucking way.
and uh and he had some left, and I can't believe it.
So yeah,
What happened?
he was the host of the Morton Downey Jr. show for a couple years, actually 1987 to 1990. Morton Downey Jr. Um, he went from going from a national member of the National Smokers Alliance to
Mm-hmm.
launching his own anti-smoking activist campaign. Um, he continued to speak about smoking until his death from lung cancer and pneumonia in 2001.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So literally, and even in this, more,
Piper tried to save him, man.
yeah,
Piper tried to stop it. He tried to help him. Also, Piper didn't want that second hand. That's more dangerous, I've heard.
no, not at all. Uh, but yeah, Morton Downey Jr. comes out. He tells him he loves him. He fucking brother loves doing this his skit or Schmidt or whatever you want to call it.
His shtick.
Shtick, yeah.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
he says, this doesn't mean I don't like you though, or this doesn't mean I like you though. I just love you. And then Morton claps back with anyone who wears a skirt, I don't want them to love me. And then
Yeah, some stuff that didn't age too well, I guess.
yeah, and then finally, Piper's music hits, and then we get the actual
Again.
Piper. Yeah. Um, and now, so they get in there and they start talking. This skit has resulted in Brother Love claiming Piper can't scare him, and so Piper flinches at him, and then Brother Love runs away. um, and then Roddy actually has this very good sick burn on him, or he goes, um, "Is Ted's waist as green as your fingers and your wrists from all the gold that you're wearing?" Which I thought that was very good. Um, and then we have Morton Downey next to him, just literally throwing cigarettes and offering them mid promo. And there's this one
Yeah,
time
he's just
where
fucking like he just does not stop smoking.
Piper actually catches one of the cigarettes on accident. He looks at him like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" Um,
I
and
couldn't
then
tell if Piper was legitimately unhappy with this dude or not, or if he was just playing annoyed.
I don't know, dude. It was awful. And
This dude
then
always draws the short stick with celebrities.
yeah, I mean, he had to fucking help Mr. T out 2 fucking manias in a row.
To be to be fair, that boxing match was kind of fun.
Funny, yeah. So, so then we result in Roddy asking Brother Love, if you're a true Scottish man like myself, you'd be wearing nothing underneath those kilts or that kilt that you're wearing. And then finally, Roddy rips off his kilt, and guess what? Brother Love's wearing red undies underneath. Red,
Oh no, how embarrassing.
red granny panty undies. And he runs
Imagine
off.
wearing underwear in public.
I know, right? Um, and so Morton just keeps blowing smoke in Piper's face. And he goes, Mr. Downey, don't blow no more smoke in my face. And then Downey shoots back with, I don't listen to people in kilts. Killed. And then and then Piper points out that he just spelt Killed. We're happy that he can spell something. And then
Oh, yeah, quality shit here.
yeah, and then he keeps
Did
going on like
did you catch did you catch the weird fucking insult that he makes to Piper? I couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. I just know it ended with something like the name of the husband who reared me or some shit. Like, what the? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, so I was trying to put that together and if I would use that on an insult of someone. Because he asked about Piper's mom, or he made a joke about Piper's mom. Um,
Okay, yeah, it was this. It was this. I
I
did not know what the fuck he meant by this.
I think he said something like, uh, it was implying like your mother had sex with my father that reared me or something. It was I don't know what the
I
rearing would
I
indicate in
don't
that.
know what that. Yeah, this dude was so weird.
Yeah. And then finally after he's like, "Hey, Morton, give me a cigarette." And this he turns around, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to give him this cigarette. That's a good one." And then he turns around and Piper fire extinguishes him.
A lot.
Yeah, basically uses the whole
Like
shit.
he unloads the entire thing on him,
But
pretty
that
much.
but
Which is
that
why I started to think for a second that he was legitimately not liking this dude. But I mean, it's also a WrestleMania moment. You got to go kind of overboard. So
they literally I'm thinking like I think they didn't like each other. He just kept throwing cigarette butts in between their conversation the whole time.
oh yeah, but I kind of got the impression that that was his thing. But I could be wrong because I don't know anything about Morton Downey Jr.
I can tell you that he passed away from smoking, so don't smoke cigarettes, kids.
Yeah, but I mean, I could tell you that before I even knew that he had died of lung cancer because I used my context clues to put that one together.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
just thought this was strange because like I understand it's a segment, it's a skit, but also it takes place in the world of WWF where Roddy Piper's supposed to be like, yeah, a shit talker, but also like not taking any bullshit or not taking any nonsense. And he let this dude blow smoke in his face like 10 times
mhm.
and sprayed him with a fire extinguisher instead of beating the fuck out of him. Like, I know maybe I'm just kind of nitpicking here and just kind of finding reasons to hate this, but I really dislike this segment. And it just did. It just did not make me as excited for Piper to be back as I thought it would. Because when, like you said, when they said it was Piper's Pit, I was like, hell yeah, dude, Piper's Pit, Piper's back. This is gonna be awesome. And this fucking sucked.
It was awful, very very bad.
I hate Brother Love, dude. I fucking hate Brother Love.
What's his real name?
Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard.
Great podcast. I suppose lots of knowledgeable shit in there because he's like a former or probably is still. I don't fucking know. He goes back and forth, but he was like a one of the big time writers there and stuff. So put him on the show and do something to make use of the time he has while he's writing for us, I guess. Um, and as you can tell by this segment, see, he does this. I shouldn't go off on this tangent because I like Bruce Pritchard. I like that podcast a lot. He does a lot of impressions, and everyone loves them. I love them, but I think they fucking suck. But they like it's in a hilarious way, where it's more like a caricature of an impression than an actual like accurate one. So
Yeah.
I guess I appreciate it. Now I do love them. I do love listening to them, but I think they just fucking suck. But Bruce Pritchard, the dude, cool podcast, awesome. You're great. Fucking Brother Love, I hate this fucking character. My taste my personal taste, hate this fucking character. There you go. I gotta cover as much of my ass as I can being in wrestling, I guess, and not wanting everyone to fucking hate me.
Nah, I think you're good.
Nah, I think I'm genuinely pretty well liked.
Well, that's good. I
I think
like
I've
you,
said that
so
before.
yeah.
Well, would this is a shitty segue, but it's like, would Morton Downey Jr. like me if he, as Ventura says, like after that he may turn into a bleeding heart liberal.
Oh
I
God.
don't know what he meant, but he was referencing whatever the fuck that dude normally says on his show or something like that.
Yeah, apparently he was.
That's just my segue back into this.
I was like reading back on it. He's like a pioneer of trash TV, whatever that is. So
Oh, great! Yeah, if there's one thing we all love, it's trash TV.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, after that, I did they say something about no holds bar? Did we?
Yeah, after the little Trump interview, we get this like random cut to from nothing where Ventura is livid that Hulk Hogan is getting into acting.
His territory.
Yeah, even though Roddy Piper just came back from fucking acting and he was happy to see him.
Yeah, 2 year hiatus where his acting career bombed.
We should have watched They Live. That's what we should watch.
Date Live. That's the Piper movie.
No, they live.
They Live. Oh, okay.
One day, man, one day.
Oh, John Carpenter's They Live. Yeah, Roddy Piper stars in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
7.2
saying. Yeah.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
7.2. All right,
We
yeah,
got
we
we
should.
gotta we gotta we gotta live react to They Live one day, man.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for it.
We gotta watch. We definitely have to do No Holds Barred because there's a whole fucking pay per view or event, not pay. Yeah, a pay per view event based around the match from the movie happening.
Yeah, now No
So we
Holds Bar's
definitely
match
gotta
happens
watch
all
No
the
Holds
time. So
Barred.
yeah, we will. I agree. Um, so after it, we get like a promo of Hogan. I mean, a Macho Man winning the title at WrestleMania 4, and Hogan celebrating with them, and you also get to see that awesome thing of Elizabeth, like her happiness, and then it cuts in, of their slowly deteriorating friendship over the past year, the things that led up to them. They also show the part where Macho Man literally takes out Elizabeth from the whenever he gets thrown out of the ring, and what was it? The
Oh
main
yeah,
event.
and he just fucking crashes onto her.
Yeah, uh, bad. Um, but yeah, so after the just showing you what's led up to this moment, we get a Hogan promo finally. And if you thought the Piper's Pit was long, so is this Hogan promo. Um,
This was really long.
Breathe, brother. That's what I was saying the whole time. Uh, yeah, the Hogan promo basically just saying Macho Man. He was really jealous. And like he was always the guy, who was waiting outside the ring waiting for Hulk Hogan to make the first move. And Hulk Hogan's, he's trying to capitalize on what he has right here, and he's gonna win back the WWE Championship once and for all. And what you gonna do about it, Macho Man? Basically, you're welcome. Summed up that 5 minute promo for you.
That's more or less it.
Uh,
He at one point he says that you're not a believer in the demandments, mother brother. A rare Hogan fumble, crazy.
the Demandment, man. I love the Ten
Yeah, the
Commandments.
demandments, and then he called him mother.
Mother,
Let me
Mother
tell you
Macho
something, mother.
Man.
You're not a believer in the demandments, mother brother. He
um,
also has to mention Trump. I don't know if you're aware of the interview where the dude interviewed Trump.
that we went over it.
No, I think we went straight over it. We didn't talk. We went
Yeah, it
straight
was.
to the holes barred.
Yeah, yeah. mm, he's basically saying like it's unbelievable having WrestleMania
It's so
5
good to be
there.
here. So happy to have WrestleMania here. We're having a great time.
Yeah,
I'm trying. I'm working on a Trump.
I think it was actually pretty good.
It was all right, I guess.
Um,
We discovered that there's a guy at here at Pro South that has a fucking really good Trump impression.
that's good. Yeah, you guys got to use that in a match. Hey, you know what? You know what? Quick plug. This Friday,
Yeah,
is your main event, your big show this Friday.
yeah, we got Uprising, and I'm
That's
so
fucking exciting.
excited for the House of 10,000 Tax. That's gonna feel great. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm honestly really excited about it.
All right, I
And we
can't
have Hell
wait.
in a Cell, which is fucking historic.
Seven
It's not
o'clock this Friday
7:30 Central Time, so 6:30 Eastern. You know,
and
YouTube every
5:30
week, man. Pro
Pacific.
South
Yeah,
Wrestling every week we do this, and it's awesome. It's a great show.
I agree.
We have in 2023 we received awards for most improved for through Aaron Dallas. Ace won Booker of the Year. Amy won Manager of the Year. We had Offside Heroes most of that year as well, and they won Tag Team of the Year. A lot of great stuff. I know I'm missing someone else that won an award. We also won Event of the Year for our anniversary show, which was really awesome.
Yeah,
Just gonna keep putting ourselves over here.
no, I think you should. Yeah, make sure everyone watches it.
Yeah.
7:30 Central
But we're
on Pro Cell.
we've been asked a lot since announcing Hell in a Cell. Is it the first one that we've ever done? Not only is it the first one that we've ever done, we're pretty sure it's the first that's ever happened on the Indies. Period. So check that shit out.
Yeah, that is
And
awesome.
if you're listening to this in the future, go back and go find Pro South Wrestling's Uprising 2024 and watch how fucking crazy of a show it was. So we also got a casket match, a dog collar match.
Yep.
There's a lot of cool shit going on.
It'd be 8:30 2024 would be the date to look for.
Absolutely.
8:30. Um, but yeah, after this we have the next match, which is starts out special guest referee Big John Studd. So Cameron, what you get for
He won the
winning
Royal
the
Rumble.
Royal Rumble is you get to be in WrestleMania, but you don't get to compete.
You get to referee the match from the guy that beat you in the first WrestleMania. That's the rule. Everyone knows that that's how it goes.
The guy you couldn't power slam, you now
Yep.
have to
If
call his match 4 years later.
if you don't like that, probably should just let Bad News Brown win the Royal Rumble then.
Been saying that. I've been saying that. Oh my god. But yeah, so we have Big John Studd as a guest referee, and we have Jake Roberts versus Andre the Giant. We've seen this feud spew over the past couple pay-per-views, and finally
Goddamn,
it's coming to an end.
he feuded with the guy that fucked with his snake longer than he feuded with the guy that fucked with his wife.
Damn,
You
damn.
can you can fuck with the man's wife, but the second you mess with his snake, man, you lifelong enemies. You would think causing Andre to have a kayfabe, a heart attack, would that would be sufficient revenge. But no, we've just gone back and forth since then. And on countless occasions has Jake Roberts been brutally choked out, and just as many occasions has Andre the Giant slipped on a banana peel and got his arms caught in the ropes long enough for Jake Roberts to get a few lucky shots in. These two have been
Oh.
going at it.
I'm gonna be honest. Andre the Giant, not good in the ring anymore.
I liked him here. It's not that I liked him here. I think he's kind of dialed in as a heel. He knows how to get by with doing very little, and that just doesn't work very well with Jake Roberts, who will always do very little. Jake Roberts' his entire stick is I'm an old dad bod dude that can just take an ass kicking. Like he gets one shot, he goes down, and he just fucking can't get back up until he does, and then he'll take one more shot, and goddamn it, he's back down. Whereas Andre the Giant is like, hit him one time and let him writhe in pain. And then I'm going to grab him. And hopefully they'll fucking sell up eventually where I can grab him by the throat and choke him. But Jake Roberts never fucking gets up. Jake Roberts just gets punched in the kidney one time and he's writhing in pain for 30 minutes until someone picks him up. Like, Jake Roberts just sells, bro. He just sells.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last match where Andre was not caught up in the ropes.
I can't either, and I can't tell you the last move Jake Roberts hit that wasn't a DDT or a snake. Because this dude he doesn't have shit, bro. He's just like I said, he gets hit one time and he just goes down.
um, so whenever Andre was tied up on the ropes after um, Jake got him on there, or whenever he slipped, actually, Jake's hitting him for a little bit, and then Jake decides, you know what? Let's go for the bag. So he goes out of the
Fuck
ring.
it, let's get it, yeah.
He's going for the bag and everything, and then all of a sudden, Ted DiBiase runs out from the back. He knocked Jake down and stole the bag, and Virgil, no help at all.
No,
So
no.
Jake runs and he manages to get the snake back.
He like dropped the bag. Like there's a snake in
Animal in
there.
there. Yeah, there's an animal in there.
Like a live fucking animal in that bag, and he just knocks that bag out of Ted DiBiase's hand, and that shit falls to the fucking ground. Now the ground looked like wood shavings. Um, can't say for sure that's what it was. I hope not. But the floor looked kind of fucking strange here.
Yeah, you really just don't want to piss off that snake, and Ted did it in
Yeah,
such a
especially
great
when you're
way.
about to take it out of the bag and throw it at someone.
hmm but at the same time, in the ring, Andre he knocks over Big John Studd and he's choking him right now.
Oh yeah, by the way, he's choking the fucking referee out. Like
Yeah, but
because
at
they've been arguing the whole time. Because there's even a point where like Andre's trying to get the count out, and every time Jake Roberts gets back up at like 8 or 9, he just punches him and he falls back down. And the last time, instead of continuing to count, like uh, John Studd just gets in Andre's face yelling at him for some fucking reason instead of just counting.
he should have been like, yeah, I'm the Royal Rumble winner, bitch. The first ever,
Yeah, I won the.
technically.
Yeah, that means I make the fucking rules.
Yeah, you
You
win
should
a
have won the
Royal
Royal Rumble if
Rumble.
you wanted to ref this match.
Yeah, but guess what? The snake scared you then, and the snake scared you now. And
Yep,
guess what?
almost.
The snake makes Andre the Giant run out of the ring, and once Big John Studd gets back up, he calls the match, and Jake Roberts
Yeah, he just
wins by
calls the match.
disqualification.
Sure. There was kind of way too much shit happening at the end. At least for it to be happening all at once. I'll take Andre choking the referee. I'll take Ted DiBiase running in and stealing the snake. I'll take Jake Roberts getting the snake back and throwing it at Andre. But all of this happened in the span of 45 seconds. And then by the time it was done, my nose was bleeding and I didn't know where I was anymore. And Andre had been DQ'd, but he also ran away long enough to be counted out. So can Jake Roberts can Jake Roberts win a match without
Why
this?
wouldn't they
Without
let
like
Jake Roberts win? I don't understand that.
I just want him to win. I
Andre's
just
been
want Jake
around.
Roberts to accomplish something, bro. Yeah, Andre can't be here much longer, right? Like he's got to be somewhat on the way out. And even if he is, like even if he's not on the way out, he's definitely on the back end. He's had his Mania moment. He's had his main event spotlight. Build some fucking people and pin these heels, dude. Nobody gets pinned clean if you are a big star on this show. Like you just cannot get pinned clean. They will throw your manager in to take a beating. You will get confused and lost on the outside for 10 seconds. You'll go up top and miss a splash and hit your head on a fucking chair and cause the ref to DQ you. But they will not let a motherfucker get pinned. They just won't do it unless your name's Hulk Hogan. Then you can pin them.
It's awful.
That's all I
It's
got for that. I'm sorry.
no, it's really bad. But yeah, so Jake wins by DQ. But what we go to next is the worst spot of the night. Um, we have yet again Sean Moody.
Well, first, oh wait, never mind, never mind. I thought you were going to Sherry Martel.
No.
No, go ahead. This is fucking bad. This is almost degrading.
It is. Yeah. Sean Moody, he's talking to a fan. Ask him how's it going? How you enjoying the event? There's not really a bad seat in the house, and all the fan says about 4 times, Jake's the best.
Jake's the best.
Jake's the
Jake's the
best.
best.
Jake's the best. And that was it.
You're the best, Jake.
Yeah. It was so
Yeah,
awkward.
the dumbasses in the cheap poor people seats. You fuck them, those stupid poor bitches.
Yeah, that's the
It
last
took
one on
Sean Mooney
my.
so long to get up there to the fucking poor seats. How bad off am I? I can't even afford the cheap poor seats at the Trump Plaza, bro. God damn.
uh, which leads us though to Tony Schiavone. That's how I would say his last name. His interview
Yeah, that's his name, yeah.
with Sensational Sherry,
And
and
how sensational she was with her monotone promo.
yeah, Sensational Sherry. I did not remember her voice. Oh yes, I do remember her voice being that bad when she was on fucking
Yeah.
commentary that whole goddamn match. Uh,
She's done one great thing, and that's been Peggy Sue.
yeah, that was it. Yeah, congratulations. She should have stuck with the gimmick. I don't know why she didn't. Uh,
Clearly, Honky Tonk Man needs a better fucking manager.
But she says that she is working her way back, so whenever she gets back, she can beat Rockin' Robin. She's making fun of her, singing the national anthem, and then all of a sudden, out of left field, she starts talking shit about Elizabeth. She's like, "If you
Oh
want to
yeah,
see a beautiful, gorgeous woman, just look at me." And then she does a spin, and it's like, what?
yeah. Bold move to try to call out Elizabeth for a beauty contest right then in '89. Fucking bold move.
Yeah, because guess what? You're losing, Sensational
Yeah,
Sherry,
sorry, sorry
by
you
a long
lost. If you want
shot.
to wrestle, that's cool.
Yeah.
You might, and you know what? And I'll say this: Sherry has even a better promo than Elizabeth, but
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
she's not beating her in the beauty contest. That's just you just can't do that to Miss Elizabeth. You know, that's
hmm
just she wouldn't be Miss Elizabeth.
The first lady of wrestling. Um, but yeah, after it, we have a tag match, Cameron, with some exciting people in it.
I was excited for this.
We have
I was very excited.
the Hart Foundation versus the Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine with Jimmy Hart. Uh,
Now this is Rhythm and Blues. I don't know if they're officially recognized as that team name yet, but I believe at some point they become Rhythm and Blues.
okay, okay, that's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's actually really good because I need a lot more Honky Tonk matches. I don't know what happened for him to
We're
go
gonna
from.
have Honky Tonk Man for a little while. I'm pretty sure, whether he's in a big role or not. Like he's at least gonna be around.
I need him so bad.
I
Like,
know, man. Yeah, I fucking love him so much. I love him.
what'd you think about this match though?
This is a fun little match. I enjoyed it. I just really like everyone in this match. If you remember the first one we did, I loved Greg Valentine. I'm a huge fan of Honky Tonk Man now, and I really fucking love the Hart Foundation as baby faces. Um, and
Brett
also this
carried this
match.
match a lot.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But I really enjoyed watching Greg Valentine do more Greg Valentine shit. I feel like just as a wrestler, period, I learn so much just watching Greg Valentine every time he's on screen. It's pretty awesome. Um,
Was this one of the shorter
another
tag team matches?
yeah, this was 740. Every other tag match seemed to it was longer than the Bushwhackers, and it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It was on the shorter of yeah, it was shorter. It was shorter. But where was I at here? One of the things I really enjoyed about this match too is more of the banter between Ventura and Gorilla. Honky Tonk Man hits Shake, Rattle, and Roll, which is usually like his finisher, but he doesn't go for the
Nope.
pin.
It pissed me off so
And
bad.
Gorilla, well, it also pissed off Gorilla, who's just like, why the fuck did you just walk away from that? And then and then Jesse Ventura's like, "How the fuck would you know? You didn't have no hold that good when you were a wrestler." And then Gorilla just fires back with, "Well, you're lucky you were never the recipient of the big splash." And then Ventura, without missing a fucking beat, goes, "Well, I'd have to be 72 years old to have been in that era."
Oh my god.
And then Gorilla just goes, "Yeah, well, you're heading to that plateau anyway." Dude, these two went at it right here. I love this. They went at it with stiffer shit than the fucking tag match, and that's saying a lot for a match that involved fucking Greg Valentine and Jim Neidhart.
Yeah, it's sad because he literally hits a shake, rattle, and roll, and then he tags in Greg Valentine to
Yeah,
do the figure
our
four,
boy
and
just
then
let us down, dude.
just gets out of it. Yeah, so sad. But yeah. Oh, also I gotta bring this up. Um. Oh wait, never mind. I'm getting into my next match notes. Never mind.
Okay. All
So
right.
basically, what happens towards the end of this? Jimmy
Yeah, this
Hart.
match is basically good wrestling and then the finish.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart is getting chased around by Jim Neidhart, and Jim sees that he leaves his bullhorn on the side of the ring. So he gets it, throws it over to Brett, and Brett hits Honky Tonk Man, wins it, or with it, and then pins him for the victory.
Fuck
Again,
yeah.
baby faces doing some heel shit. You gotta love it.
I I like it. I like when they do that shit because we see the heels fuck over so many baby faces with it. And again, keep in mind, Heart Foundation used to be heels, so of course it's in their nature to do some shit like this.
Yeah, for a
I
while.
enjoyed it. We don't have to have even though I complain about some of the countouts and double DQs and weird ways we protect people from taking like clean finishes. Not every match needs to have like Bret Hart winning with the sharpshooter or some fuck shit. Like sometimes we can just have the baby faces get one over on the heels. It's refreshing. It's new. It's different.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think it opens a door for the Hearts to go back to being a heel, or are they too over now being a
I
babyface?
mean, I guess, but the problem is they didn't do it to somebody that like didn't deserve it. They did it to somebody who's constantly
Yeah,
always
who
cheating. They did it
does?
to the
Yeah,
fucking honky tonk man.
yeah. You know what? You're right. I miss his little group. Him and Peggy
Yeah,
Sue
him
and
and Peggy Sue and
Jimmy
Jimmy Hart,
Hart.
dude. Because we've said on numerous occasions that the best manager client pairing is Jimmy Hart and Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's not even close. Two guys with the same
It's
persona.
not even close. It's Ted and Virgil, pretty good. I will say that. I do really enjoy that pairing. But no one just clicks like Jimmy Hart and Honky Tonk Man. Like, they're the only ones you can look at and be like, they're supposed to be together.
Yeah. Uh, but after the match, we get a video package
Oh my
hi-
god, the recap of the best segment in history.
highlighting the second best feud right now in wrestling, uh, Ultimate Warrior and Rick Rude. We get the pose down, of course, um, and then we also get some other little bits and pieces. Um, but yeah, the pose down, dude. Why didn't we just do a pose down too?
Yeah.
Would you enjoy
I
that?
will say I didn't again I didn't hate this match, but I definitely didn't enjoy it anywhere near as much as I enjoyed that fucking pose down.
It was hilarious. Um, and then so we go to the match now. It's Rick Rude versus the Intercontinental Champion Ultimate Warrior for the Intercontinental Championship. Uh, I love Rick Rude's pre-match gimmick he does.
Yeah, you high rolling Atlantic City sweat hogs.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't holler too loud while I take off my
When
robe."
I take off my robe. They get every shot they can to any woman that's just looking, you know,
Disgusted.
just give it, or that, or like the ones that look at him with that dreamy look, because,
Yes,
I guess he's a fucking hunk of a man, whatever. The IC title on his tights, fucking perfect. Warriors on his ass.
dude,
It's
I
awesome.
I love him. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
say
do
I
too.
love him.
I do too. His wrestling is fucking whatever, But that's kind of what WWF is everyone's like decent to really good wrestlers, but their characters are over the top and wonderful.
You should do a gimmick actually where you put the person's face on your ass
Yeah, I'll start airbrushing somebody new every week. Yeah.
every week.
Dude, Okay, before this gets glossed over or whatever, or maybe you have this noted, but this has probably my favorite start to a match ever. Because Warrior is Intercontinental Champion. You know, he's wearing the belt. This dude's grabbing the ropes and pulling those things so hard that I thought they were actually going to break off of the turnbuckle for a second.
Yeah.
But Rude runs at him and tries to knee him in the stomach, but he knees the belt and now he can't stand because his knee hurts. And then Warrior just starts kicking his ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fucking brilliant!
It was.
That
It
is
was.
so brilliant.
Yeah. Literally, the Ultimate Warrior at the beginning of this was literally, he was so in charge, like he could have won it off the beginning. He was kicking Rick Rude's fucking ass. Uh,
Yeah.
Also, another thing, uh, there, I don't know how many moves Ultimate Warrior knows though.
Who cares?
Yeah,
He
cause
knows Gorilla Press and Splash, and that's all you need.
and Bear Hug.
Bear Hug also raise your hands up and down over and over. He knows that one.
Yeah,
That's
grab.
all he needs. Really, that's part of the Gorilla Press. You know, he just the motion, even if there's not a person up there.
Yeah.
Grab ropes, shake ropes.
Mm. Yeah,
There's not much to this character other than be fucking
flying shoulders.
hyperactive as fuck. Oh yeah, you definitely got to have the flying shoulders.
Did you
But
see
it's
his
just be hyperactive as fuck. That's it.
You see the Warriors backbreaker he tries to do in Rick Rude?
Remind me.
So yeah, Ultimate Warrior, he's trying to do like some kind of like backbreaker on him. But him and Rick Rude just basically falls out of his arms and they go crashing into the turnbuckle. I don't know if
I
you
did
know.
note this. I wrote where is it? Awkward fall where Warrior almost drops Rude and
Yeah,
eats
bad.
shit.
Yeah. It was very like, oh, it was a oh shit moment, like, dude, what the fuck you doing? Um But yeah, and then it goes back to, I forgot what match I mentioned about earlier. I think it was, um let me just do a quick run through again. I forgot what it was, but it was the same as someone earlier where it was like, throw you in the corner and then I'm gonna hit you in my shoulder, body slam on the ground, come back up. Oh, it's Mr. Perfect and Blue Blazer match.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
this was kind of like that, but better, honestly, maybe longer, definitely longer. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, did you have anything else on this match?
I mean, not really. This one funny little note. Because I always just do this kind of shit. There's a part where Rick Rude goes outside, and then Gorilla keeps saying like, yeah, "It's not gonna work." You know, Warrior will go outside. He'll mix it up anywhere. And then literally as Warrior goes and grabs him, he goes, "See, I told you he likes it outside the ring." And he literally, as Warrior's throwing him back in, that was such good timing. So hilarious.
Ultimate Warrior
Yeah,
went
then we get
for a
from here.
splash and Rick Rude avoided it.
Yes, yeah, he got his knees up. At
Mhm.
least it wasn't up top. But yeah, the old miss splash in '80s WWF.
Yeah. So the Warrior was trying to think. Warrior was suplexing Rick Rude back into the ring, and then Bobby
Yeah.
Heenan goes over there and basically pulls out the Ultimate Warrior's legs, which would never happen in a million years. Uh, Heenan pulling out Warrior's legs. Get out of here.
He overpowered the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah,
Keep
get
that
out of
in mind.
here. And then so Rick Rude falls on top of him, and then he's holding the Ultimate Warrior's legs down. Bobby Heenan is, and 1, 2, 3. Rick Rude is your new Intercontinental Championship.
Rick Rude won. He won the Intercontinental title, man. That's awesome.
It is. Now give me Rick
You,
versus
you said
Snake
last
2.
episode. Yeah, for sure. You said last episode that you wanted Rick Rude to win the Intercontinental title, and here you go.
I did. I did a lot, especially after Ultimate Warrior taken away from our guy.
Oh yeah. So right now, Rick Rude's Intercontinental Champion and Ricky Steamboat's NWA World Champion and Randy Savage for a little longer. A lot of stuff's right with the world right now, you know.
It is. It is. And now
And then Hogan
I
can
don't
fuck
know
it up.
what's next for Ultimate Warrior though. I don't want him to fall down on the crowd. Like like I don't want him to honky
Uh,
tonk man
on
his way
on
out
the
of there.
card.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Yeah, cuz I mean I like
I
his
won't spoil
persona and
anything
character.
specifically, but like they're big on Ultimate Warrior right now.
Okay, good. Good, good, good.
I
Sweet.
don't I'll go ahead and predict because I don't honestly know, but I'm gonna guess that he's probably gonna get the same watch me team with Hogan for a year treatment to make him a big
Bro.
star.
That's smart. I like that actually. Make him the next American
Cause,
model guy.
yeah, because I know what Warrior's doing at WrestleMania 6, but like I said, I'm not gonna get ahead and spoil anything for you.
Him versus Bad News Brown, #1 contenders match.
Oh man, imagine.
um.
Yeah. So
So
I like the match. It was what it is. What it was. I like Rick Rude. I think Ultimate Warrior's good at his thing. What you know what he does. Other than almost fucking dropping the dude, and like, he almost dropped him out of the fucking ring almost.
yeah, yeah, it was bad.
Other than that, like the match was fine. I like Rick Rude winning the belt, and I like
Mm.
how he did it because I wouldn't want him to beat Ultimate Warrior clean, but this is as fucking clean as you can get in 80s WWF pinning somebody that they got like the rocket strapped to, as you would say. There was a weird part in here where they specifically point out Heenan fucking with shit in his pocket, and I don't think they ever paid that off.
Hmm.
But I
That's
mean,
weird.
Gorilla brings it up, and then Ventura says like, "Oh, he's just checking his slot machine coins." But because Ventura was making an excuse for it, I figured it had to be something that was going to be used later on. But it wasn't. We just never got that.
That's so
But
weird.
that didn't really take away from the match for me. It's just something I noticed and I wanted to bring up before we get into one of our favorite wrestlers.
Yeah. After the match, real quick, uh, Rick Rude already left the building. Well, almost. He was up at the top of the ramp. Uh, Warrior does like a gorilla slam on
Yeah, the Gorilla
Heenan.
Press Slam.
And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Heenan has a match coming up, you asshole. Like, what the hell are you
Yeah,
doing?
he just handed Red Rooster the fucking match, bro. Just handed it to him.
Yeah. These next two matches we're about to
That
cover.
motherfucker, bro. That motherfucker, dude. I cannot wait to talk about that. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go. Let's go. Let's. I'm sorry.
These next two
I'm so sorry,
matches
dude.
have to be combined both less than 3 minutes, right?
One's 3:49, one's 31
Damn it.
seconds.
I was close. Next up, we got Bad News Brown. Great wrestler, great guy, #1 wrestler on the roster right now.
That's probably the best in the world right now. I'd say, honestly.
I can't think. He's undefeated.
Yeah,
Versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Dude,
yeah. I mean,
what do you think about this, bro?
he definitely is undefeated, and we've seen Ric Flair lose more than we've seen Bad News Brown lose.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, I know I'm being like pretty positive on this show. I thought this was cool. They fought, bro. They slugged it out,
Yeah.
and they didn't try to awkwardly wrestle at any point. And it makes sense for both of these guys to be hot headed and start fighting because we've literally seen that that's what they do. I don't want to I don't see Duggan doing a lot of grappling and throwing around. I don't see Bad News Brown doing it. They're strikers. They're fucking, they're fucking they'll fight it out. They're fighters. They're brawlers. And they did that, and then to the point where they got increasingly pissed off with the fact that I'm still getting hit in the face because I'm fighting another brawler,
Yeah, like
and Brown goes and
literally.
gets his shit.
Yeah, literally at the beginning, uh, Hacksaw clotheslines him on the ground, and uh, Bad News Brown's like, "Fuck this," and he leaves.
And he just goes and gets a chair, and then Hacksaw's like, hey, "Fuck it, I got a 2x4," and they start swinging at each other.
Mm-hmm.
This was the coolest double disqualification I think I've ever seen.
They were sword
Like a
fighting to
legit
determine the
like
two by four.
sword fight, yeah. Like they legit were having an episode of like Deadliest Warrior or some shit,
Hmm.
and the ref got scared and cut the match short. This was cool. I didn't need to see Bad News Brown or Jim Duggan, win right now. I'm glad I got to see Bad News Brown. Jim Duggan's cool. The crowd's probably glad they got to see him. And keep in mind we're cleansing the palate between Rick Rude winning the title from Babyface and the main event.
Yeah.
So you got to do a little bit of quick, fast-handed bullshit here to let Hogan and Savage have their last few moments to get ready.
Yeah,
Plus, you got this Red Rooster 5-star classic coming up in just a few minutes.
yeah. The fact that Red Rooster is not in the main event pissed me off when I saw the card after.
Yeah, Semi just wasn't big enough, dude. I don't get it.
But yeah, basically Hacksaw wins the better of the duel. He actually clotheslines Bad News Brown with the 2x4, and then Brown does his classic, I'm getting the fuck out of here, and then he just leaves.
Yeah,
The match is over,
and
double DQ.
and in a fashion that's very similar to earlier, where like I think after Dino Bravo beat Ronnie Garvin got his little babyface moment by getting to do the stomps on Frenchie Martin. So babyface gets to stand tall here with Jim Duggan more or less winning the fight, but that's fine. He can win the fight and win the little war here. Bad News Brown still doesn't get pinned, so like
He's
everyone's still
undefeated, yeah.
protected, but you still get the result you kind of more or less want.
Hmm.
Stuff like this is fine. It's like going out of our way to not let Andre get pinned or like you know
Yeah, but I'd
not
rather
let
see something come into fruition if you're not gonna let one of these two get pinned. The double DQ and then the funny moment.
It
Like,
is weird because they're not really going to do anything substantial with either of these two. So why didn't Jim Duggan just win? I do think that this is a creative way to get to a double disqualification. So I do like that. But yeah, Jim Duggan honestly could have just won
hmm
if we were going to make him or Bad News Brown wins via dirty roll or like some kind of cheating bullshit and then Duggan gets him with the 2x4. Like you could have had a finish here, but like I said, if it wasn't for the creative double disqualification spot, I would have probably really hated the double disqualification.
uh,
But I in general, I did like the segment because I thought it fit both characters very well to brawl and then get carried away. Like it would have made sense for them to be punching each other for 10 seconds and get counted out. But they didn't. They went a step above and they made sure that theirs wasn't like the 50 fucking others that happened that way.
I love how passionate you are. It really makes me happy. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie about it.
I love wrestling, dude. I love it so much.
So after the match, we got Mean Gene interviewing the Red Rooster. Red Rooster has
Who just
feathers.
literally is a red rooster.
His feathers on top of his head now, which is so
He's here to
stupid.
do two things: be red, be a rooster, and he's doing both of those things flawlessly.
And make rooster jokes. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
I guess. I
yeah,
guess they're jokes.
cockle doodle doo, man. Uh,
Yep, he
we
sure
have
did say that.
we have the Red Rooster versus Bobby Heenan, and who's that behind Bobby Heenan? Oh wait, it's the Brooklyn Brawler for some
This
reason.
Brooklyn Brawler. Yeah, for some fucking reason.
Yeah. So this match lasted a whole, what'd you say, 33 seconds?
31.
31 seconds. Irish whip to the corner. Uh,
Heenan reverses it.
reverses. Irish whip back to the corner. Heenan hits the mid turnbuckle. Rooster covers him. 1, 2, 3. It's over.
Remember when Red Rooster said that he was gonna let out all of his frustrations on Bobby Heenan and like leave nothing left of him?
He sure did it,
He
man.
just he just pinned him first chance he got. What a badass! He must have been fucking furious.
And then after, of course, the Brooklyn Brawler's gonna beat the shit out of Red Rooster and throw him out of the
Yeah.
ring. And then
The most famous jobber of all time attacks the second most famous jobber of all time.
and then yeah, that match is over. All right. So now let's get to
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
All right. Yep. Oh man, she devastated.
She is saying that she is going to be a neutral. So she's going to be in the neutral corner and that she's going to
Could have
support
fooled
both
me
men.
when you come out to one of them's music, but it you know.
Yeah. She's married to him then currently, so.
I get it, I get it. But to that point, like, stand by your man. What the fuck?
Mhm.
But also, that man chucked you out of frame a few weeks ago, so I guess I get
Yeah.
it. I get it.
Yeah. And he
I
took
get
her
it.
out mid rope. Fucking
It's gonna be awkward when she's exclusively managing Hulk Hogan from here on. I bet it's gonna be awkward.
yeah. And then oh dude, this next part's even more awkward. Sean Moody is talking to the fans uh down the ramp and he's like, "Hey guys, who's going to win the main event next?" And no one said Macho Man. Not a single fucking person. And everyone's saying
There was a
Hogan.
few that said Savage, but the Hogan's one were just louder.
And he goes, "Looks like a split decision, guys." But yeah, no, if someone actually did say Macho Man, it was 95-5 because all I heard was Hogan.
He didn't do that. He didn't ask him that in the cheap seats because they'd have just gone, "Jake's the best.
Yeah,
Jake's
Jake.
the best.
Yeah. Hey man, who do you got out of Hogan and Macho? I got Jake
Jake
Roberts.
Roberts. He's the best. You're the
Jake
man, Jake."
fucking love Jake Roberts, man. Uh, okay, here we go. The main event, the reason why we're all here, the reason why we got up this morning, the reason why we went to the arena, and the reason why we paid $20 for these cheap seats. Um,
Yeah, at the Trump Plaza. Did you know Donald Trump's here?
yeah, I can't wait for him to
Crazy.
experience this. Lucky him, he was there in attendance to watch this match. Uh, okay,
Where were you? He was there, front row.
my problem, it's already
Okay.
starting for this match.
Oh no. Uh oh.
Why is our world champion number one guy
I
coming out in the
I'm
ring
glad
first?
I'm glad you said something because I put that too. It's like Savage comes out first because fuck tradition. It's Hogan. Uh, Commentary points out that Savage he's been defending the belt for a year now. I'd have loved to have fucking seen that. That'd have been fucking cool. Instead, I just
Yeah.
watched him tag with Hogan 8 times. Never that thrilling, by the way. I guess the Mega Power Mega Bucks thing was okay, but once the Twin Towers became involved, I hated Mega Powers tag matches.
And then Macho Man's jacket or cape said madness across the back, and I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, man, the Macho Madness is spreading.
Um,
But for some reason, Hogan thought that Hulkamania was just a little bit ahead of the madness. Kind of a shitty thing to say, but okay, dude.
and what okay, and what you said earlier ties into what happens next. Elizabeth actually gets her own entrance, and it's Randy Savage's music, so why couldn't she just walk out with him 2 seconds ago? But
Yeah,
that's neither here nor there. Uh, and then we get the man, the myth, the legend, Hulk Hogan. They do some cool ass cinematic for him, and that's so unfair.
yeah. Well, it's Hogan. It's more or less his company.
He comes out.
Was this did this mix of real Americans seem a little different to you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well
Did it sound
maybe it's
different to
just me
you?
then. Maybe I'm just sleep deprived entirely. It just sounded very strange. It just didn't sound like they were playing the song. It sounded like they were just picking their favorite parts of the song and it would just keep skipping to that. Like I don't really ever remember hearing the when it comes crashing down and hurts inside. I just remember hearing the guitar riff straight to the I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. They just kind of it sounded like they were cutting out all the verses and just letting you have the cool parts.
Hmm,
But I could be wrong, you know.
I don't know. It comes
It's
crashing
also not
down
really
and
worth
it hurts inside. Sorry.
it's not really worth the us debating it too long, I suppose. Just something another weird thing I noticed.
Um, but yeah, I'm gonna kick it over to you. What do you think about the match?
I fucking love this match, dude. Um, Seeing Hogan wrestle is still it's still weird to me because for years, you get being an internet smart mark asshole for so long because everyone's gonna go through that phase eventually. You get fed this rhetoric that Hogan just doesn't work and he's lazy, and it's far from the truth. Because right out of the gate, they lock up, and Hogan does like this armbar to a hammerlock, like a spinning toe hold reversal down to a fucking headlock, and it's really cool. Savage working as a heel again, fucking incredible.
Literally hides
Last week,
behind Elizabeth.
oh yeah, dude, way like way dirty heel shit. We talked about last week where we were like, which one's a better wrestler between Savage and Flair, and I said Flair, but god damn if he didn't make a strong case in this match. I thought Savage was fucking incredible, but he always is. That's it's Savage. He's literally the best, and I just wish he could have had a full heel title reign, seeing how he is as the heel champion here, because I thought this was so good. I really I really enjoyed this match, and for it being the week after we watched Flair and Steamboat, and it being Hogan at WrestleMania again, I enjoyed this. And I think this is by far the best Hogan match we've watched at a WrestleMania. Sure, it took Randy Savage to get him there, but this shit was still good, man. Uh, I don't know if Hogan was. I don't know if they meant to cut him open, but it
Well, I don't know
happened.
either. He was bleeding a lot from that eye, and even like towards the end
He
of the match, it was going down his face. So
he was bleeding so discreetly at first, like he was only somewhat bleeding. But then once Savage gets that one headlock in and starts really squeezing, the blood just starts fucking pouring, and the camera is right there in on it, and the visual looks so good. Um, they go to the outside part where like Hogan, he's gonna go to toss Savage, like at the post, right? Like he's got him like up on his shoulders or something, and Elizabeth's standing in the way, and Savage slips off and he fucking drills Hogan and throws him at it. And despite the fact that this woman just helped him, he's still being like a shithead to her, and like he like swats at her, like
he
he's like
does, yeah.
threatening to hit her. Like he raises his hand to her, bro. It's fucking wild. And eventually the ref is like, "Hey, I don't want to watch domestic abuse happen. I need you to get the fuck out of here." Uh, so strange that that's kind of what caused Elizabeth to be taken out.
Yeah,
Um,
Hebner. We got another Hebner as the
yeah.
referee.
And then we switch gears because Randy Savage in every match has to jump off the top rope to the concrete floor numerous times because, fuck your knees. You don't need knees when you're the world champion. And they start working now on the throat of Hogan, which I thought was pretty cool. That we like how we shift gears almost in right in the middle of the match because he's been punching that cut. He's been squeezing the blood out of his head. Now he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make sure he can't breathe. To the point where like there's a point where the ref kind of looks away to do something, and Savage sneaks the tape off of his wrist and wraps it around the throat of Hogan, and the ref
Choking him out.
never sees that
Hmm.
tape, dude. Flawless shit. And then that kind of gets me. That's all the notes I have up until the finish. If you want to say anything about it, or go over the finish, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, man.
But overall, man, I really love this match.
Yeah, no, I thought it was very cool. Literally seeing we made a list top 5 last week. 2 out of the top 5 people to wrestle each other in a main event at
In back
such a
in
big
back to back
pay-per-view.
weeks.
Back to back weeks, exactly. And then literally we had so in this match, what I why is the referee counting when Macho Man standing on the apron? I
Um, it's 1989.
Yeah.
All I
And
got.
then I mentioned Macho Man using Elizabeth as a shield, also
Yeah,
swatting at her. Um,
yeah.
Also Jesse does make a comment during this, which is it was very terrible. He said, "What has Elizabeth done for Macho Man? A punch in the face might be nice for her." Which
God damn.
yeah, which is awful. Uh, yeah. So Hogan throws Macho Man over the top to the ground. Elizabeth tries to help Macho Man, and that's where he swings at her. Also, there's that part where Elizabeth is standing in front of the what do you call it, like the outside, like in the corners? What do you call those metal
The
bars?
the post
The
the
post.
post.
Yeah, so the part with the post where he's trying to throw her, or he's trying to throw Macho Man, and then she moves out of the way, and then Hogan actually gets thrown into it. I actually think Elizabeth being thrown out does make this match better because now it's like
Hmm.
two brothers who were like fighting and trying to make their way. We were the Mega Powers. Blah blah blah. It was us. It was us all along. Uh, and then like you mentioned, the Hogan with tape. Um, but yeah, I'll get into the finish right here. Savage, beautiful
I mean,
elbow drop.
it's a Hogan finish. It's the Hogan fucking thing.
Beautiful, beautiful elbow drop. His finisher move. He does it on
Sadly, one of the best ones I think I've seen him hit.
best and far ones definitely. I would agree with that 100%. Beautiful elbow drop. Goes for the pin. I don't even think it's 1.5 seconds. Hogan's kicking out of that shit. And then he does the Undertaker sit up, and Savage is besides himself. He tries to hit him, but Hogan's just getting up ever so gracefully. And then Hogan slams Macho Man to the ground. And then he does his big lead drop on him. I don't even want to say it, Cameron.
And that's it, man. That's
One,
it.
2, 3. Hulk Hogan is your new WWF champion.
Oh man, everything was right in the world. The world champions were Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat for a second, man. And now that's gone. That's gone. But I will say that as far as Hulk Hogan has gone on this show, because we've seen him have to overcome some slight adversities. Him being able to easily overcome what a back injury that would allegedly kill a normal man, and being like viciously choked out and whatever all the fuck happened. This looked like the most in danger Hogan was of actually losing a match since we've started doing this, I think. He was bleeding, he was selling, he was getting his ass kicked. Until he remembered he's Hulk Hogan and did the Hulk up thing on Randy Savage's fucking finisher, and then just wins. But if I'm being honest, I do think the journey was worth it. Um, Whatever, Hulk up finish. That's fucking wrestling. If you just that's especially WWF wrestling. You put that out of your head, accept the match, take the finish for what it is. Great fucking match.
Would you grant it classic status?
Uh, I mean, yeah, sure. Like it was better than Hogan Andre.
Yeah,
It wasn't the spectacle that Hogan Andre was, but it was better than Hogan Andre. It's the best singles Hogan match that I think I've seen, period, if not ever.
yeah. This is the best main event WrestleMania match that we've seen so far.
Fuck yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was fuck yeah, it was. It was the only one that delivered on like as far as in ring wise went for a main event. It like I said, it didn't have the spectacle of Hogan slamming Andre, but it felt like a main event.
Mhm. Yeah. And then after, of course, you get the Hogan poses to rub it in our faces that he just beat our hero, Macho Man. So
Yeah,
yeah.
well, it
So
had to happen.
what'd you think about the show?
I honestly really enjoyed this show. I know it took me like three sittings to get through because I've been very busy and tired and not having as much free time to cram one full 3.5 hour pay-per-view into. But I feel like if I had, I'd have been just fine. I really did like this show. I think a lot of matches delivered. And every match, even if it didn't like deliver in the sense of, oh my god, this match was awesome, it served its purpose very well. Like you have bushwhackers getting to have a fun little tag match with stuff that's gonna make the kids happy. Then you get Mr. Perfect getting to do really good wrestling with Blue Blazer for 5.5 minutes. Then Dino Bravo gets to do his thing where he gets to get a win, but also Frenchie Martin gets stomped out. And then Jake Roberts and Andre fucking happened, sure. And then Red Rooster beating Bobby Heenan, Bad News Brown and Jim Duggan. Everything served its purpose so well to where there's not really any segment on the show that didn't involve Run DMC that I thought was bad. There was matches that weren't great. There were like Twin Towers and the Rockers weren't great, but it was a pretty good Twin Towers tag match. Brutus Beefcake made me happy on this show. Do you know how fucking weird that is for me?
Very. You've shit on that
Also,
guy for a while now.
also Tito Santana got his ass kicked like a lot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Tito Santana
You really
loss.
can't, man. And then that main event delivered. Even if you don't like Hogan winning, even if you don't like the whole Hogan shtick, it is what it is, and the business is the business. And Hogan draws, so that's what we're gonna have for a while until Hogan's not drawing like he used to. Hogan's gonna be the fucking guy, because not only does he draw, he's a goddamn political fiend behind the scenes, and he knows how to get what he wants. So overall, man, I'm gonna fucking say WrestleMania 5, my favorite WrestleMania that we've done so far, and I'm giving that shit 4.5 King Kong bunnies, dude. I fucking loved this show.
Okay. I like that.
Performer of the night is fucking Randy Savage. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Segment is gonna go to Demolition and Powers of Pain, from like Fuji running that 5K all the way to the end of the match. The promo with Demolition was great, and everything else was just I really enjoyed it in that segment. The match was good too, so that gets segment like overall segment for me. Promo probably let's see, because I don't really want to give it to that Hogan promo, because that really wasn't like my favorite thing Hogan's ever done, but the Bushwhacker promo for sure.
Hey, I don't blame you on
That's
that. That's a
promo.
good pick. It's a good pick.
That's promo of the night, and then match of the night I'm gonna give the main event, because it was a fucking good match. And like I said, the best main event we've seen at a Mania yet. I think my best Hogan match I've seen, period. I really enjoyed that main event, especially it coming after the week of Steamboat and Savage, which is probably one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, this is a great show, and I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I thought WrestleMania 4, or WrestleMania 4, WrestleMania 5, definitely the best WrestleMania we've seen. And what WWF did good is we saw everybody that we needed to see on this card. Everybody who's been in
Yes, absolutely.
the other pay-per-views leading up to this, even all like the little short feuds that we've seen, everything is resolved, and now they can start fresh with something new now. For example, the Andre and Jake the Snake thing that's been going on for a while, and then like the slow buildup of the main event that's been going on for a minute, and like everything is resolved now, which is perfect.
Yeah, that it's WrestleMania was a proper like season finale,
Exactly.
and that's what I think has been missing from WrestleMania up to this point. Because 1, 2, 3 is like, oh, fucking everyone's here, all these celebrities
Yep.
are here, and Hulk
That's all they
Hogan's
cared
here.
about. Yep.
WrestleMania 4 was about a tournament, but this one was like everything. It was either to make somebody look good that didn't have anything going on right now, or tie up an angle. And yeah, you're right. And now everybody can go off in the different directions. Like the Strike Force thing is pretty obvious where they're gonna go.
Mm-hmm. You can literally start. You can start so many stories now.
Yeah,
Like you literally clean the slate. Slate's clean. You
yeah.
do whatever you want now. You don't. You
It's
don't.
a proper finale. It's a proper season finale.
And even the things that we didn't get to see before this, like I don't need to see Hercules versus Haku again. I don't need to see fucking Bad News Brown versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I don't need to see Bobby Heenan wrestle again. So, uh, but even though he was the worst manager wrestler of the night, I'll go ahead and give out an award on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, he only had 30 seconds, and Fuji was actually a wrestler before, but Fuji also ran a fucking 5K right before the match, so
What do you think if they
that's
would have
canon to
ended
me.
that segment with Fuji running into the ring as the finish line? That would have been So good. Like they would have introduced the powers of pain. They're like, and here comes Mr. Fuji as he leads the pack.
But he just collapses because he's been running so long, and then the demolition just pins him off that.
Yeah. I don't know how. Wait, a 5K. How long is a 5K? I'm trying to think. I don't. I'm not really
Probably about
good.
5,000 something, or is it five
Uh,
kilometer?
it's 3.1 miles.
All right.
That's a 5K. But yeah, best performer of the night, without a doubt. I mean, he's won the award. We've done 15 episodes, 12 episodes out of the
Yeah.
15 probably. Macho Man. I mean, there's no one like him right now.
Eventually, we're gonna have to like ban him from having the award because he's
I
just gonna
know.
keep getting it.
He's our Jesse the Body Award, where we've only given it out
Yeah.
once. Um,
I and I thought that about like Steamboat a lot too, but then I gave it to Flair last time. Well, also I can't imagine someone beating Flair for that shit for a while in the NWA pay-per-views.
Mike Rotunda.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Sorry, Alex
Alex, yeah.
or Spike.
Uh, but yeah, best match, easily the main event. Worst match, the Heenan Red
I
Rooster.
gotta say Red Rooster Bobby Heenan, right?
Best outfit, I gave it out earlier. It was Blue Blazer by far. Fantastic outfit. Best promo of the night. Let's go with. Hmm, let's go with Sean Mooney in the cheap sheets or cheap seats. Uh,
Jake's the best.
Worst promo of the night. Give me Sensational Sherry. I just can't have her disrespecting Elizabeth like that.
You didn't
We're
think Elizabeth's promo was worse than Sherry's?
no. Uh,
Fair enough. It's your opinion. You know, don't let me
and then I'm
become a
gonna
shithead.
give worst segment to the Piper's Pit. It was just too long and
Bro,
boring.
yeah, I blocked that out of my memory already. That was a
Lucky you,
fuck.
buddy.
I don't even want to give it 4.5 because I forgot that shit was on the same show, bro. Fuck.
Knock
It's
it
all
down
right.
to a 4.
No, it's just saying 4.5 because you can anyone else can fast forward through Piper's Pit. I watched it for to be able to review it. If I could watch WrestleMania 5 and skip through Piper's Pit, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, and I'd still give it 4.5 because I just skipped the shit part.
Yeah,
I'd
but
still watch every match.
I'm gonna give it a 4. 4 out of
Okay.
5. King Kong Bundies.
Is
Very,
it your
very,
favorite
very
Mania so
fun.
far now?
100%. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
this yeah. This one was a really good one, man. I never watched 5 all the way through like this. This one was good.
Yeah, they really helped us out. So now the question goes to you. What are we reviewing next?
Okay, well, I mean, do we want to keep doing the WCW things when they happen? Because I know it's gonna seem like we're doing more WCW than WWF because I was like, oh, I'll pick like the 5 shows, and they only had 5 in '89. But then WWF only has like the big 4, and then a no holds barred pay per view.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Well, then we'll do 3 WCW, then we'll just do the 4 WWE.
all right. So then, if that's the case, then we'll probably skip straight this to either SummerSlam or no holds barred, because Wrestle War, it would be what would be next for if we were doing with the WCW things. And there is another Flair Steamboat match, and it's 31 minutes long, probably fucking great.
Oh, that
But
would be next.
yeah,
Oh, so then let's watch that, and then we'll watch one more WCW after this year. Like we won't watch
here's
all
the
5.
thing though.
Yeah.
All the 5 WCW shows, well, honestly, I would say let's do 4 and cut off Starcade because Starcade's
Okay.
gonna suck this year.
Okay.
But you definitely I definitely want to watch Great American Bash,
Mhm.
and I definitely want to watch Halloween Havoc. Because Halloween Havoc in WCW world is fucking crazy. But next is Wrestle War,
Wrestle War.
Music City Showdown, and this is the main event is actually not what you expect it to be. Although it does have Ricky Steamboat defending the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against Flair. It is on the card, but the main event is a tag team match between Eddie Gilbert and Rick Steiner in the Varsity
Okay.
Club. Kevin Sullivan and Dan Spivey. Do you remember that guy?
I remember Kevin Sullivan.
You know, remember Dan Spivey randomly showing up in one of the battle royals or something at
Yeah, I don't
WrestleMania, I
think
think,
so. Yeah, I don't think
for
so.
the NWA United States Tag Team Championships. The mid card tag belts are main eventing this show.
Wow.
Also featured matches on the undercard are Mike Rotunda and Steve Williams versus the Road Warriors for the NWA World Tag Team titles. That's cool.
The same match we just watched.
Sting versus the Iron Sheik
Iron Sheik's back?
for the NWA World Television Championship.
Yo, if Sheik don't win that, I'm be upset.
Michael Hayes versus Lex Luger for the United States Championship. Here's a fun one. The Dynamic Dudes, Shane Douglas and Johnny Ace versus the Samoan SWAT team, Samu and Fatu.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fatu is in fact Rikishi.
Well, hell yeah, yeah, we're definitely watching Wrestle War.
Yep.
All
Dick
right, cool.
Murdoch versus Bob Orton Jr. in a bull rope match. That sounds cool as fuck.
What month does this take place? Do you know?
May.
May. Oh yeah, so it's right after. Yeah, because SummerSlam's not gonna be till like August, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then if we wanted to do No Holds Barred, that comes out in June of
Yep.
this year.
Yep. So that'll be our next two. We'll do Wrestle War,
Yeah.
which is only 2 hours and 28 minutes, so it's an hour less than what we just went through.
Awesome. I feel like I can't say this is gonna be it's definitely not gonna be WrestleMania 5 good, but hopefully it's a little better than
It sounds like a good ass card. So
I'm really excited to see this fucking bull rope match, dude. And then also like it'll be cool to see Iron Sheik again. You know, that'll be cool.
but yeah, that's it for our review of WrestleMania 5. We'll see you for Wrestle War, baby.